Alrighty.
Turn with his 7 BP.
The 7th BP. Alright, welcome to Nycos D&D. Whispers in the Mists. Today's episode, the Amberquell. But you guys don't know that's his name yet. Need models for people if we're going to be using models. As we are going to be using models today.
Oh, okay.
While we're getting to that part, I'd like to ask my cast to introduce themselves. Character name, class, race, and what do you think of the island? So I'm using the word island with a question mark. Just realized maybe an island could be the coast. It kind of feels like an island so far.
Yeah, unless we walk around it, we'll never know.
And I'm going to start with our newest acquisition. Give your, again, character name, class, race, as well as your personal name if you want.
My character's name is Gesh Silver Mulberry. I'm a 2nd level druid. My real name is Al Stafford. And I still don't know what to think about the island. The trees are kind of bitey, and I don't like that. But
Trees that attack. That's a horror channel in the druid community. When trees attack.
when trees attack.
Is that actually considered a really good horror movie, or is that like a B list?
It's definitely got to be a B flick.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I am Tiara Sunfire, Azamar Divine Soul Sorcerer. What do I think of the island? I think it's wonderful that the elven trees have taken root, the singing trees, and they're here, living on soil, not a ship. I'm sad for the ship. I'm not sure about the thing that's down below, but when we had earlier visited a ship, they did say that way down in the bottom of their seed ships, which were made of living...
The kites.
Yeah, the kite. The living wood of their ancient trees, it was still living because it's still sprouted. There were things down in the depths, and no one went down there. And I kind of thought maybe they were being wimps about going down there and cleaning out the mess in their own ship, but I didn't say anything. Anyway, I am concerned about how we're going to get out of here and get back. But we also have one more ship to find because this isn't the one we wanted. So I'm happy for the trees, and now we're looking for the other ship that came down.
And you have a dryad he can borrow.
I do not have a dryad.
I mean,
or a druid.
no.
You were using the green dude earlier?
Yeah, I'll take him out. I just asked whether or not we had that.
Yes, I unfortunately do not
Well,
have
and I
a
need a female sorcerer-like figure.
I do not have a female sorcerer.
I do.
Unfortunately, well, I have one female figure, but I don't think she works for
Me.
Tiara.
You can use this guy, but he just has short hair. You know, boys hair.
No, short hair.
I got
One thing she has no problem with
There you go.
is hair.
the druid.
Well, if you don't mind her, you could use this one. Yeah, I know that she probably doesn't have a bit of a longer sword, but at least it's still
Well, I
female.
do have a long sword.
Okay, then yeah, there you
She's
go.
red-haired. Who cares? It's on her, it's on her belt, but
Last week she was using like
It was a hag, I think.
no, but it would look like
We were using a hag.
Oh man, I forget. Quinn Rizal? Is that her name?
Finn Rizal.
Finn Rizal, yeah.
Oh, the old lady, yeah.
From
Alright, so you guys have reconvened, this is the word I was looking for earlier, reconvened after
destroying the
Kern.
Shambling
oh,
Mountains.
Kern hasn't introduced himself yet, so we're not quite finishing either of you, so you're
Oh,
next.
okay. My character's name is Taman Ahmed. Half
You got
elf.
away with it, didn't you?
Half elf
Like
Dane.
Friday.
My real name is Moran. And what was the question that we were supposed to answer this week?
What do you think of the island so far?
I'm missing our ranger this week because I was last week lifting his bow up a lot. Like he was walking into situations rather tame. This was the first time he didn't want to shoot stuff first, which I was like, dude.
Now you learn to be passive.
Yeah, now you're passive when we're on it because the birds were singing. The birds came and flocked around Tiara, and she was cool with it. everything had a sense of like sentience, which is off-putting when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and especially when we found out the vines were controlling the zombie army that was attacked.
Skeletons.
They weren't skeletons.
They
You
were
said they had
zombies.
fleshy,
They were
right?
zombies.
But they had very little flesh on them.
Yeah,
yes.
but underneath the skin, we saw that
Yes,
the vines were the things.
The visual reference I gave was the heavy metal motion picture, but if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
So everything is kind of off-putting, but I feel like last week we were super close to going underneath, and we'll see what we do this week.
All right.
But I'm skeptical. Skeptical is a good word.
Hello all, I'm Matt. I play Kern with an E, the Chaloran elf rogue. What do I think of the island? Well, how many stories of dire crabs do you know about? Well, because last week I wasn't here, unfortunately, so I just told John, I'm trying to gather all the supplies from the ship that wrecked.
So the good news is that he did, and so for clarification before you continue, there is an ample supply of food and even a fairly adequate lean-to he's put together. So
Cool.
now back to
Water?
you.
Yeah, but don't mess with those dire crabs, they're mean. They jump.
What are they?
All right,
You don't
so you'll want to fill him in, therefore, on our story so far and what happened last week, and also to explain why you have a druid among you.
Another stowaway.
We explain it.
No.
I just realized that he also would more than likely, to show his youth, he might actually have like a Stone Temple Pilot's flag or something in his pocket or something. No, just kidding.
Last week, we discovered something down in the hole that had tentacles that reached up and tried to get us. In our attempts to
No, nothing reached up.
Nothing
attack
ever
it,
reached up.
attack it,
Nothing ever reached up.
never. I know it did, but it did have tentacles.
No,
Reaching
no,
up the-
no, I
I'm thinking
was,
of the
you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
That's the other.
That's that monster.
Yeah.
We never saw tentacles. We saw
We
a
saw
heap of debris
You saw water.
skeletons.
And you saw stuff moving in the water.
and skeleton.
Correct.
You did see something move in the water, then you blasted the H out of the water and splashed it all up out of the way so you could see the
Yeah,
bottom.
That was not bad.
And when we
guns
saw
were-
the bottom, what did we see?
We
Just
saw
more of the roots.
we saw
All the dead bodies.
we saw the least decomposed one, which I wanted to go explore more, was a half elf whose body had not fully decomposed, leading us to believe that this is a regularly visited, regularly dead site. The last thing we found out the most is that the trees themselves weren't attacking us. It was something in the trees that was attacking us. That somebody had a perception check, and that gave us the clue.
Right.
So it wasn't the trees themselves living.
There's something up
But
above.
there is something that gives life to all of the dismembered, disemboweled sailors here.
It reached
and
down and grabbed him.
The only way that we were able to fully destroy them is we had to burn them last. And right now, for why am I forgetting his character name?
Kane.
Kane.
Lucius.
Lucius, you're not. Are you?
Yes.
I'm not. No.
You're not.
Gush
You're
is-
the only one.
I
Gush is
am.
the only one.
Gush did not
You
pick
are.
that.
Tommy is too. Tommy's with us, by the way.
Yeah, Tommy
And he
too.
killed somebody last week.
What about Caesar?
Caesar's not with us. Thank fucking God.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
They haven't found Caesar.
Oh yeah, we don't know if he's with us. We don't know if anybody else on the ship is with us. Tommy was the one I grabbed though. That's why Tommy's with us.
Okay.
And he's very clearly imprinted on Lucius at this point. He's like he walked out with like Witcher armor last week. So, so the only way we fully know how to kill the things was we burned after we killed them.
Well, and you realized that they had roots
Yes.
attached to the backs of their
They
feet.
were sinking into the ground and like kind of reanimating, so we had to burn them.
And they also followed it back to a source.
The source, she
Which is-
she found her points.
And so you destroyed the source, which was the yellow musk flower.
We haven't done that.
Oh, you haven't.
Oh,
No, we're going to do that this week.
We're going to do that.
See, I was going to finish it off.
You guys almost got away with
You
it.
almost got away with
If it
it.
wasn't for the meddling kids.
So we're all cursed right now, and we're not cursed. We have like a poison seeping in us, or is it like a curse?
You're all
it's-
I used the word infect.
Infected, but it
We're all-
can
Because it hasn't manifested in any kind of...
detrimental way.
but we don't know.
But we have to apparently go destroy flower.
Wait a minute. My thought is that if
Anyway, you know where that is.
If fire destroys it, if there was a way to raise the temperature of our body significantly, we might be able to destroy the pores.
Well,
If fire destroys it, maybe we could raise our body temperature.
Well, fire isn't
wonderful.
Fire isn't just
200-degree difference.
Yeah.
Fire 99.9.
No. Like a sauna, like building something where we could.
Fire
104.
Fire isn't just
105. Who knows if it thrives in blood to
Who
spread?
knows?
okay.
But you're making an assumption
Yeah.
that somebody in the period would not have made.
Oh, okay.
There is
If
the-
he destroys.
Oh yeah, and
remember, this is the time period where evil humors cause disease.
last week and
Weird spirits that don't like you cause disease.
Last week-
Not being faithful enough causes
and last
the
week in
plague.
lieu of Kern not being here, we found out Tiara has a massive amount of oceanic knowledge, but still doesn't know how currency works.
Why am I not surprised?
She sailed ships upon the lakes
She
of
was.
Elysium.
She blew. I mean, it was all her personal knowledge, and she blew my mind. But I was like, Tiara would have no idea.
I did say it was not Tiara.
She was explaining triangulation and dead reckoning.
And I was like, me personally, both my character and my person did not know what she was talking about. So
I have a very eclectic
I don't understand anything about
Eclectic,
that. That's what Mark says anyways.
font of knowledge.
so that's where we're at.
I don't understand anything that's going on.
And
It's
he's like,
You're a dryad.
he's
Oh, no, yeah. Well, the point is, he's from Nycos. And 10 months ago, Nycos was destroyed.
except
I walked out of.
from my point of view,
morning.
Mama Holly told me to go check out something, and I went through this little rain shower, and I wound up here. And then they're saying,
Hey!
We really could have used you last week, man.
Egg would have been help last week.
You could have been infected too.
No, he could.
No, now he can fix things.
Now he
I
can
was
fix
so
this.
glad. I'm so glad to see the paladin get here. I was worried about you guys.
Wait, are you saying that everyone should take a level in Paladin?
No.
So I did lose my sheet for sure. I looked everywhere, but I did take a picture.
As long as you got a picture, that's it. Must be a communicative. Wrong word.
Well, I was just worried about losing it, so I took a photo.
Yes.
Hey, it's all the colors.
No, because
I know. I put them all up there.
The wind.
That's all of yours. Those are the ones you donated. I had to get rid of the rest. I had to take them all home.
Okay.
So yes, those are the colors of the veils. But that's a whole other conversation for when we get back to larger population centers. Out here in the wilderness, they don't much matter. Did you break your glasses?
Apparently so. They were fine earlier. No more.
She lost a leg.
I think you can use this one too. He needs a character.
Sure.
It's a paladin, but it's not a.
I can get him a
Goliath.
I can get him a Goliath if he wants to
I've
go with.
got like 3 Paladins.
It's supposed to be a
figures on me.
spring
I know, but I gotta
and
go
it
with-
seems to have
Okay,
sprung.
now we're just having a
Yeah,
conversation.
I know. Now, in size
Want to throw
doesn't
that
matter.
back here then? Want to throw that one back here then?
Well, it's funny because one of the Paladin figures I have is actually as big as the WizKids Goliath figure.
Oh yeah, you can bring out that one. That's fine.
There we go.
And last session we got 300 experience. Or?
Well, you have to be here for that.
You have to be here to earn experience.
No, I was here for the last one. I just didn't write it. Remember, not last time, but
Well,
The time before.
So you
Yeah.
did. You
2
did
weeks
get-
ago.
we didn't
Yeah,
fight.
you should be.
anything,
You leveled up to 3, and then you got so
Cause-
whatever it was. So whatever level 3
There we go.
experience should be.
There's
but I have 315
as
right
big as a
here.
Goliath.
You should have been leveled up to level 3. You'd come around a lot more than that. You should have been up to 900 already.
Yeah, you should. Well, I think. Yeah, I think that last week would have put him over.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
so. You should be at like 915, and then like doing your level 3 mounts.
Okay.
But I don't know what any of
Because
these are.
I thought it was.
Well,
I
here's
was
the
at
big rule of
615.
D&D. You don't write it
so
down. It
for the
didn't
stream,
happen.
character name, class, race, and you haven't been on the island before. Or were you on the? Did you land on the island with them? Do you remember?
He was there on the week that we crashed.
Yeah, we was on the crash weekend, but not on
But
the
he
wake
wasn't
up.
here last
He's
week.
been unconscious for.
Yeah, down on the shore, helping him carry stuff more than like.
The dire crabs.
You and your crab story. We'll have to. You guys
He
will have to
wasn't
do a
here
one shot at
last
some
week
point. Do the dire
either, so
crab.
you guys are off collecting
No,
supplies.
John, I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
adding more monsters to the island.
Yes.
So Megalith, the Goliath from, and I'm a paladin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
We need you.
Yeah, you walk in the
Okay. You're all we need.
Okay, so for further clarification, 24 hours full night has passed since the last time we played. Those of you that have the little marks on the character sheets indicating that you are infected, today you wake up with a bit of a cold sweat and chills, even though the weather here is pretty close to tropical.
Hey guys, we got to figure out these yellow marks. We found those tracks.
Yeah.
I think we got to follow those back to their.
Well, maybe the paladin. No, I don't.
Okay.
Do
So
I know?
because you're leveled up, you should know that one of the benefits of being a paladin is that you get additional lay on hands points, 5 points per level, and you can burn all 5 of them to cure somebody of a disease.
Who's disease?
Or
right now?
poison.
Right? You go, who's the disease one? And 4 people raise their hands.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
actually.
Okay, so I could do that with 3 times then, if I'm not.
Yeah, but you only cure 3, and there are 4 of them that are ill.
Who likes me more?
One of them is the 10-year-old Captain Boy coming.
However, he's a son of a prince. We found out last week.
Okay.
We like him more.
And seeing as how
Yeah, I thought he was making that up.
no, he didn't tell us.
Oh.
Yeah, it
So
was-
wait, is he level 3?
I mean, for my records, I have 315 plus the 300 that I was.
So you have
96.
300 more, so it'd be
Oh, okay.
600,
Okay, so,
950
yeah,
is
cool.
what you should be at, which is what Maron was saying.
Oh yeah. you're
So
right.
you can heal 3 today.
Well, the
One
thing is,
tomorrow.
once he hits level 3, he gets to choose his oath.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
some of the oaths actually give more poison curing.
Nice.
I would say we just go kind of because we have a long day of
You also get
excursions
divine
ahead.
health, which
Yeah, let's just go with him as second level.
How about your
Rather than find
alcohol?
the character class level up and we'll make sure you get done next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just play it as the character as you have it on the
level
phone.
2.
So that means you can do it twice. You can heal twice.
I think that
You might need those points for other purposes. So
yeah.
You can always do it right before taking a long rest. So
I think that
after
Right,
everything's
after
been
the
said and
event.
done.
Wouldn't it be better to cure those right away?
I think you should cure Tiara because she's the only we found out that fire damage is the one thing that really affects them. She has fire spells.
Okay.
So I think we needed her at 100% if we're going to be fighting stuff. And then Tommy because he's a
But
child.
I'm
no, I'm fine.
Well,
Don't worry about
well,
Stop
she's
being so
using
dramatic,
fire. She
Tom.
can be fighting by herself, right?
Huh?
But
No, she's not
she
here.
would say Tommy because he's most.
And Tommy's going to adamantly say, no, it's fine. You have to realize, Tommy is your virtual only red shirt. So if you want to see what Yellow Musk does, you can't get to see that
But
if you
he's
heal him.
figuring he's a child.
I'm getting cage flashbacks.
But
But I'm thinking
you know what I mean?
legitimately,
Like, we need to cure the problem now.
Like I pull Kern aside and I'm like, hey, we have a son of a prince with us. We got
3. Who's the 4th
Wait a minute.
person?
Tell him who you
involved?
think that he's the son of the prince
it
of.
was the third.
The fourth person was
Which is-
Lucius.
You guys have all these names.
Yeah, I know,
Lucius is not here.
The third prince.
Wait, you're Lucius. No.
No.
Not Lucius.
Yeah, no, you're
Lucius
not.
is
Lucius
our
is
ranger
not here.
that's not here.
Lucius is your witch hunter.
Yes.
Your
I
monster.
still swear I'm not a witch. I don't think so.
But he splashed water in your face, you're good.
Oh, that's right.
We found her, and now he splashes. He thinks
He
it's
thinks that's how
great.
you meet people in the world.
So he splashes water on everybody's face now.
It doesn't. It's not like he.
And
it's not
if
like
you're
holy
female,
water,
I
it's
kiss you on
just
the
water.
mouth. So,
Oh, yeah. No.
I
Well,
think,
It was a direct frontal
So it's-
attack.
so we took a full rest.
Right.
I say we just go find the source, and we save his points.
Okay. Those of you that are infected will be operating at exhaustion level 1.
Ouch.
I was going to say, are you guys okay to actually maneuver today?
Yeah, which they move at half rate and
Nope. Trying to remember because exhaustion level 1 was not as bad as most
it's
people
not as bad.
let
Yeah,
out.
but yeah, people think that it's horrible, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
trying
he can only cure 1 a day?
2.
2 a day.
No, he can burn all of his points that way, or he can have 10 points to heal people
So,
with.
level 1 is just disadvantage on ability checks. So, skills like perception, sleight of hand is just disadvantage.
As long as you don't depend on them to find things, you should be fine.
Exactly.
Can,
Level 2 would be
That's all
your
I
speed
have.
is half.
That's all. I literally, those are all my checks for perception, investigation, all that stuff.
Well, just
So
remember,
he's saying, I like when he goes, heal them, but I'm the only one that suffers if we don't.
No, I'm gonna play in character. I deserve to suffer. I would say heal Tiara and Tommy Stone.
why is the ship surgeon not able to cure this problem?
Because she has no cure disease spells.
No, Kern.
Oh, yeah, Yeah,
What do I pay you for?
What, you can cure? You're the new surgeon. Wait, I'm a fighter.
Do I get step of the wind?
Your regular surgeon wouldn't
What's that?
be
Do
able
I
to
get step
do
of
it
the wind
either.
too? Should I have that already? What? Step of the wind.
Can we get to character build and everything later? Because
I don't
unfortunately
recall it.
we're in a rabbit hole with that.
Right. We just keep chasing it, so don't worry about it. If it's on your character sheet, use it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not going to hold you to it. Alrighty, so you've explained to him that the ship dimensions by calculations done by our illustrious...
Well, we marched it off, sir, and it was much too short.
And you told him about
So I'm very sorry. You said that you were...
Hi, I'm Gesh. And I splash water in your face.
Oh, and he's
At least it was fresh water.
blind, just so you didn't. If you didn't.
Oh,
By the way, I'm blindfolded.
you're blank. Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, I don't know the
water-
difference. I'm still splashing water.
No, just...
I don't flinch until it's already on me.
What is that?
What was that? It's not burning, just
Yes.
water.
Lucius has a problem with people that he doesn't know, and he splashes holy water on them. We do not splash water on other people to say hello.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
But that's
And
what
it's
Lucius
okay.
said. That's what
Yeah,
Lucius told him.
that's
He said that's how we meet people.
Lucius also lifts a crossbow to everybody he meets. So
yeah. I noticed that. That wasn't so nice.
That's not a salute?
So
yeah,
that part is
We call
not.
this invasive
And
greeting.
kissing people,
Aggressive negotiation.
doing what you did to me
Pen
is
pals.
not a way to say
so he's
hello.
the son of
either.
Darken Boils.
It's not.
He's the son of Darken Boils.
Fresh?
No,
I never in my life
Or
have had
Tommy.
anybody do that.
Tommy is the son of Darken Boyle.
That's
That's the
third
the
prince.
shadowy
That's why
prince, the
females
one
greet each
that
other.
said, told no one that he had. He told everyone he had no family.
He's saying over here, that's
So,
how
like,
other
between you-
females
The one
greet
who said
each
that he has no
other.
family apparently has family. What? Yes, we can totally believe it.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, I don't remember anything like that.
well, if you say your society doesn't do it, then I'll be nice.
Oh, thank you.
How do you greet people?
So without me pointing the arrow, what was your hopes to accomplish yesterday?
So what we're hoping to do now is figure out what ship we're on, because after we investigated a bit, this is too small to be the kite. So we need to figure out. We're trying to figure.
This can't be the windswept. It has to be another vessel.
It's be another vessel, but it's also it also seems to be an air vessel because of the singing. But there is also some sort of magic, because anytime any mention of the windswift, everything in the region starts singing.
You mean like the fact that as you're speaking, the wind is rising?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is some connection between A and B. So what we were trying to do is find the center of the ship to find the captains. This was Lucius's idea.
So before securing a starting point, a shelter to ward off the elements, you decided to just wander into the forest that you have no clue what is inside, and risk the perils within without any safety net, so to speak?
Well, we did secure an area. We secured that region over there, but we had to come back and get you because you were off lollygagging. If you remember, he mentioned that. So we did secure something, but we had to come back.
He looks at back. Looks at the camp he built.
Yeah.
All the food and supplies that he brought together. He and Egglith ripped their asses off last week. Fought off the dire crabs, remember?
But we had secured.
Hey Unamid, Volunteers for 1 ration every 3 days.
Yeah, so we
And KP duty.
so we have secured
Midnight duty, yeah. Midnight watch.
we have secured what would this be? I don't even know what you.
Where we landed.
The bow.
Yeah.
Well,
Beachhead.
So
Out near the beach.
wait, you said this is a ship?
Could we bring?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's left
be
of
what?
the ship. A big ship. A plane.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get my key.
Oh yeah, they changed the rules and allowed us to have food and stuff, but it shouldn't be on the table. It should be on your small table. You should get a.
Nix was in Elven area or a Fey area?
Nix was
So
okay.
meta.
You're drawing
We
the
have little
line
tables over there.
between the two. There is no line.
Okay.
The race of Eldrin from which he descended. They are the Fae. They are the.
To the forest.
Get her a table for that.
the
No, I'm not on the. It's not supposed to be on this table, Mary. That's all.
The fold-up tables.
Okay, I'll put it here.
Because it's wood. It swells. Keep in mind, those things accidentally are at an angle. They're not completely squared out until you...
Till you push the
We'll have to
button.
make
The-
it
the
straight
tab
once
on
we
the
turn it
other
around,
side.
push the red button.
There you go.
So,
There you go. Now it'll be square. There you go. And it go taller. It's got two notches to
Yeah,
it.
it's got 2 notches.
Doesn't need to be.
No, it doesn't really need to be. Just needs to be
Mine
off
is safe
Just
in
has to be
mine.
off the table because you want to.
Okay, no problem.
I love that this room has 7 experts. Because when one person talks, another one either repeats it or just corroborates and keeps the
so
story.
we're
We've all validated everyone else.
Keep it going.
Affirmation.
Keep it-
Affirmation.
so right now we're cursed, or right now we have some sort of infection,
We're
and we had
infected.
found the source of the vines that had infected us.
Or at least you marked where they were,
We
so you
marked
can
where-
follow.
So I just have a quick question in meta. How do you guys know you are infected?
Woke up sick this morning.
And the wounds are like
Festering.
pustuous and they're kind of black.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is just because I don't know if it's very obvious or apparent, or if this is just the simple.
Well, we're all moving.
This could just be an infection from having an open wound and not treating it.
Okay, so
That's why I was asking. Because it just
It was never a case of an open.
there aren't any rules for a DM adjudicating regular wounds getting infected at all.
no. I understand that.
So therefore, this is abnormal for anybody. That's why.
What I'm getting at is the straight to we are cursed / we are disease stricken.
No, infected. That's
But
supposed
that
when-
point, but his point is you
It
would
is a good
know
point.
how you got.
How would you know? Is my
Well, it
question.
landed on us. Now we feel awful.
But the
yesterday.
point is that I had you put a mark on your character sheet, but until this morning you shouldn't have had any clue that it was infected. That's what he's getting
Yeah.
at.
This morning,
He's wanting you to role play more of the I'm ill and I don't know why until you actually look and find the wounds is what he's
Right.
looking for.
okay.
Is that a fair assessment?
Well, yes, that is basically the goal of the end at the end, but it's also the unfortunate hit. I know as a player something is wrong with my character, but I can't have that. I don't like my character looking bad at any time, so I automatically know everything wrong with me.
I don't
so it's-
understand. I understand the other part.
I'm trying to fix the problem with advanced knowledge. Is what I'm pointing out.
He has a point. I agree with that.
It's that narrow line between what is player knowledge and what is character knowledge, and it's really usually not a problem in regular play, but when you're actually trying to hold to a role play.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I feel awful.
You
That
don't.
sort of thing.
Cold, clammy, bad headache.
Where the monster got the yellow stuff on me is turning black.
Would the Dryad raised by any chance know any natural remedies for this?
I don't know.
Perhaps a local herb that grows that could help alleviate your symptoms.
But he doesn't come from here.
Yeah, this is not home to me. I don't know
But
where.
Me,
okay,
you
but
are.
this goes back to character class.
Right.
The class might know something about other places. If you have, for example, plant history or something like that, you might
Nature.
want a
I
nature
do
check.
have nature. Okay.
So you just say there might be something. Realize that the list of skills is intended to be a way for you to embark into roleplay.
Do you
Right.
take that stuff because you're ill all the time? Would that help?
Do you drink
Did
alcohol?
you seriously just say that getting drunk was getting drunk helping you?
I stop everybody. I interrupt everybody. I'm like, try it, Tiara. Go ahead. Let's see how it works.
Oh,
There's a flask. Have a good day.
could she get drunk?
No, actually, I can see it the other way. She's going, I feel horrible. Is this how you feel every day? Because maybe the illness is finally showing her what it is to be so sick all the time. Because you're always
I'm never sick. I hold my alcohol. I'm just topsy.
Okay, you say that, but you're at the
I'm
rail
never
a
throwing
lot.
up. I'm never throwing up.
That you know of.
I'm just always falling over.
It's okay. It's okay.
You guys know how you walk on ships? I walk
She'll
on
try
ships
it.
all the time.
You know,
He
she'll
looks,
take a
he looks
guess
like he's on a
it.
boat on dry land.
Sure, Constitution check.
I'm getting a 20-year-old or 20-day-old.
Constitution.
Base.
Not a save, just check.
Just to check, yeah.
My Constitution is a +3, so that's a 7.
Yeah, no, she takes into her mouth, and the burning, just the burning of the alcohol inside your mouth causes you to spew it out. You think it's some form of acid. It must be some kind of a trick he's playing on you.
And I take the vial from her and I
She
just
goes up
swig.
to
I just take a flask and I just take a long
Let's
swig. And
find
I,
someplace out of the way. She's not going to do that in front of somebody.
No, you blew the roll. You just you go just right immediately. It's literally like the warmth got into your mouth.
Why do you drink that
That's how the
stuff?
master gets a fireball.
It's awful.
All right. I have a better idea. I pull out a pipe, light it for her.
Oh,
Here,
God, we're gonna get
take
her-
a nice big breath from there.
They're going to guarantee you never smoke or drink ever. Day 22, first experiment
No
of
such thing as
tobacco.
vice. No such thing as vices.
So she'll...
Constitution check, this time at disadvantage because you've already got the burn in your mouth of the alcohol.
well, that was a
That's a
good
19.
one.
That's a good
Now that
roll.
says they just...
Oh, both 19s.
2 19s.
That's great.
Okay.
She's all about that reefer life.
No, we haven't decided that it was that kind of weed.
Oh,
Just-
okay.
Right.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Okay, it's like me and pipe tobacco. I love the aroma of pipe tobacco, but people around me don't like it because they think pipe tobacco is too smart, too strong.
Then the smoke comes out.
Well,
She
if
didn't
this
understand what
is
to do with the smoke. She
if
just
this
sucked
is
it into her
marijuana,
mouth.
I'm assuming it's like 70s marijuana.
It's gonna come out eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
that's
today.
true.
it's not even that.
No, I didn't get rid of
Smoking
stuff
a
that I
banana
keep.
Okay, but outside of this,
That was really useful for a way to start the morning.
welcome to my daily life and Gesh's daily life.
Yeah, exactly.
A day in the life of Teo Nabi. A documentary.
Looking.
I usually start out at like 5 a.m. just drinking
smells
from a flask.
Funny.
Oh no, he's got to start with the
Ooh,
mouthwash because you got to clear
that
out yesterday's.
Yeah,
use.
I brush my
Use.
teeth. I have very good dental health.
I'd rather eat plants instead.
Gargle with
Really? Eat
straw.
plants? Okay. Well, I got these brownies, but we'll talk about
So,
that later. For trying to figure out how to fix them looking bad and feeling bad, I have medicine and nature. Which would be better?
Whichever one's optimal to you. Which one's a
Which
better
one is
stat?
highest?
Nature for knowing the herbs that would
Nature
suppress
is higher.
The
So first of all, know if there's anything here local that could be checked. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's try that.
or an herb that suppresses symptoms.
That's a total of 14.
Yes, you just realized that it's willow or birch bark. That means growing back underneath the trees.
Yeah. Good news is yes, there is something that can help you both. Bad news is it's the tree.
Those are.
The bark of the tree should be able to.
Hair of the dog that bit you.
But,
Quite literally.
wait, those are pine trees or?
No, I'm just using the trees to represent trees. There's
Okay.
the eldrin trees are something that doesn't match anything on Earth, but they are a form of they're
They are their own strain.
So all the trees are the trees in the center mass, is he saying? Like,
no all technically any tree.
okay.
There's a chance that any tree might be a elm, a birch or a willow.
I'm gonna look over here.
So you're gonna walk all the way over there to where the zombies were.
Yeah, there were trees over here
I'm
too.
gonna
There's
go-
Are there trees over there?
There's trees all around.
Yeah, so
Okay.
That's what
I'll check the closest
This
trees.
terrain represents forest.
Okay, I'll check the trees closest to us then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with them because in the event of needing assistance carrying anything, I'm
Sure.
gonna be there to help.
you mean
Yeah,
more
more follow it 'cause I'm-
lollygagging?
Jeez. Get out the book again.
One
Was this
flask of
would,
grog.
this would be a perception
Yay.
check?
I have a brewmaster's kit. I'm fine. I'll make it work.
Lack of water. What's that?
For this, it would be a perception check, right? Because I'm looking for something specific.
No.
or would it still be a
Yeah, no. That'd be actually an investigation.
investigation?
That's the active form of perception. Perception is
21 for that.
okay. Yeah, you find a nice birch tree. Start scaling some of the bark.
Okay.
Now make your medicine check to actually grind it into what you need to.
Grind into your birch powder.
Total of a 10.
Yeah, it's kind of chunky.
This
It
is
doesn't. It's too fresh, so it's not. The bark isn't thick enough. It's like one thing you note from this is that the forest, although it is full size, seems to be younger than it should be. In other words, these trees should have thicker bark, given how tall and everything that they are. It's like they grew too fast.
huh.
Everything okay over there?
This tree's too young.
I don't know what that means.
It's like a tree, but a baby tree.
Maybe it's an early bloomer.
He's going. I don't think so.
That's yeah, no.
25 feet tall, and
Blindfolded.
he just brings you over. Here.
Just feel with this tree.
Ah, yes.
The
Wood.
The bark's too thin for how old it is,
How old we
or
are?
how tall it
Years.
is.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
It's
Hey,
Wood.
Olivia's here.
it's like a baby.
Olivia's here. Yay!
Hello, Olivia.
And my speakers are working. She can hear the music. So yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Not that I'm doing anything
So-
ominous with the music.
So just so
No, not at all.
just so Gesh doesn't have to keep trying, Kern's not gonna get it. I unfortunately have a below average intelligence.
Okay. Anyway,
So it like you could try and spell it out for me, but it's gonna take a long time.
just at some point you just say, "Don't worry about it. It's a druid thing."
yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
That's what I'm
You
trying
wouldn't
to do
understand.
now.
Sorry.
This is your field of expertise, not mine.
You're a druid?
Yes.
Nice.
She says, "Don't worry about healing the kid. Tommy can't help anything anyway." So she saw him fighting last time. So.
Ouch!
Killed one. Killed one.
There's almost open.
You did kill one thing, yeah?
Well, there was a lot of curiosity about Tommy because he started broadcasting all this stuff only after you talked to. Was it talking to you?
Yeah, talking to me.
Did he introduce himself differently? Didn't mention the name Kincaid at all until you pressed him on it?
So do
Yeah.
they need to chew this, eat it, boil it, rub it on? What are they gonna need to do with this?
You can make it as a tea, but I think you can just take it as a powder, couldn't you?
You usually make a tincture or
Yeah.
a tea of it, but you just have to start.
It can also be sprinkled on the wound.
Mm-hmm.
It's an anesthetic and a blood thinner, actually.
Yeah.
I do both. I put
Okay.
a little bit in my drink and then I rub some
See,
on.
Of course, you put a little in your drink. You put everything in your drink.
I don't know.
If he mixes it with
Your
alcohol, does that
alcohol
actually
might-
make it too much of a
I'd
blood
say-
thinner?
I take like earthy
Does that
notes.
start
I'm
making-
like, I'm
Okay.
cool with this.
No, but because you've got alcohol in your system, make your con check is going to be at disadvantage. Everybody else that's diseased can use this to try to get over it. So, see.
Natural.
That was lodged and I moved the dice. I'm not taking that one. I'm sorry. 6 or 9. And what are these? These are.
It's a con check.
It's a
con,
so
yeah.
it's just
Get your modifier.
I gave you some too, so you get to make contact
so it's just your constitution.
I don't actually have a wound
Nothing else.
because all
17.
mine was
Tommy's
contact
feeling better.
on my skin.
Yay!
too. Oh, that's true. So
I
Children
will
are very
sprinkle
resilient.
somewhere it contacted my skin, and then I will take an infusion with water.
Okay, so, but your check is just a straight up check. Tommy bounces back pretty quickly
Okay.
because.
I rolled an 18.
Okay,
plus
so same
2.
thing. You're going to, if you make the roll, which is only is only a 12. If you make the roll, then you are overcoming the symptom. So the exhaustion isn't hitting you yet.
I just have 11, so I didn't make it.
Yeah. So
Nothing happens. Nothing
just
changes.
you go. That didn't do anything for me.
Didn't do nothing.
Except,
Give it time, give it time.
Except that it did increase a bit of your slur. You're a little further down the alcohol line than you think, because in thinning your blood means the amount of alcohol in the blood
Boom.
becomes more potent.
I like this. Give me some more of this stuff.
Later.
An easy drunk.
Okay, but he's also bleary-eyed as well, because he's still under the effects of.
So
I'm fine. He says everybody else is fine. Yeah, I'm fine. This is great.
So would we know if they're fully healed or just the symptom is healed?
All I did is mitigated the symptom.
Okay.
So all they know is they feel better. So you don't know whether it's cured. You just know that they're feeling better.
It's like Tylenol.
The fact that you're not
It's the
only
symptoms.
means-
It's aspirin for the headache.
Yeah.
So we gotta. So this is like a Band-Aid. So I think we still have to go pursue what the source of this is.
Well, we should anyway, because those
But-
things will come back, I think.
But thank you for that.
But
Thank
at least
you.
now the symptoms are masked, so you're not feeling as much of a detriment.
Thank you for the mixer.
No
Future
problem.
mixer to all my
Yes, I do thank you too.
Oh,
You
good.
just see you wander through the woods going, well, if birch bark does good, what about oak? What about elm? And you're grinding all these different kinds of...
I have a brewmaster's kit. I'm just.
Oh, this
taking,
happens to be cyanide, but I don't know that yet.
I'm just
Oh,
taking.
God.
I'm taking
The
tree
druid's
samples.
becoming an apothecary.
I'm taking.
Drew's becoming an apothecary. He's trying to become
I'm
an
taking-
apothecary.
He's trying to become a...
I'm taking
Drunk.
tree bark samples to make my own label of alcohol later on. So this is like, I'm just keeping them. I'm like, I'm going to talk to you later. We have enterprise here potentially, because if we can make a drink that gets people drunk a lot faster,
That should
No,
be
that's not
negatively.
good, because you don't
you
sell
should
them.
feel immediately guilty for having said that,
Why?
because that sounds like the old.
for charity.
I don't care.
I had that at the end. I was like, we'll give all the money to poor
Make more
people.
liquor.
We'll start like a monk's monastery.
Do I know what money is? Offhand?
Yes, you know the bread equation.
But you don't really...
Have you?
Care
Have I told you the
much.
bread equation? Oh God. Okay.
Every session.
Just about every session with a new player, I have to do this, and it's mainly because almost every character generation process leaves a player with like 5 or 6 gold pieces. Now in D&D land, using D&D rules as written, 10 silver make a gold, 10 copper make a silver. That's the simple form of math. On Nycos, there's radical inflation. It's 100 gold pieces to 100 copper pieces to go to a silver, 100 silver to go to a gold, 100 gold to be a platinum, 100
Wow.
platinum to be a crown, 100 crowns to be a dragon.
Wow. Okay.
The question I have to ask you is, how much bread can you buy with a copper piece? You don't know because you're not looking in the book, but it's basically 2 loaves of bread for 1 copper piece. So how much bread do you get if you spend a gold piece?
Oh God.
20,000.
20,000.
20,000 loaves of bread. 20,000 loaves of bread. If you were just eating bread and butter, and assuming the butter's free, how many days is 20,000 days?
Ridiculous number.
So it actually comes out to almost the lifespan of a human being. If we average 72 years, it's 22,000 days.
Wow.
There's actually a song called 22,000 Days, how I know this. So 22,000 days. So therefore, with 1 gold piece, you have enough food for your entire life. Therefore, when the character drops into the game with 10 to 20 gold pieces, he is actually the 1%. Most people that play think they are barely surviving. So when you walk into a bar and flip the maid a gold piece and say, drinks on everybody, not only will she fix everybody drinks, she'll take the change and leave. Because she's now
I'm gonna go buy
set
my
for
own
life.
bar.
She's now set for life. So just realize that the economies can be crushed by players being insensitive to the bread equation. So when somebody offers you something and it's going to be very expensive, nowadays in my world, therefore, it's perfectly fine to say, man, that's way too much bread.
Quite literally.
Which is a 1970s reference to money anyway,
Yeah.
which is when this game started. So there you go. Full circle. All right.
So do we have Tommy's piece too? A little bit for Tommy.
Oh, we need our mental don't we? Oh, hey, Libby, do you want to play Tommy for us today?
I don't have a child.
I do. Of course.
It'd be great if they could speak that. Especially those playing.
Oh, they can on there. Well, they can talk back on there.
Yeah, but it's typed in.
Yeah.
See, Olivia played Tommy a week ago? Yes, a week ago.
Who did?
Olivia.
Oh yeah.
She did for a while, and then she had to leave because of the.
Busy.
She was the one that decided she didn't want to go with him and wanted to go that way. With us. Whatever.
If I recall, she had to leave because of the ovoidal pork product ball.
There you go. That's now got his big hat, so he's trying to. He's wearing Lucius's hat.
It's a kid indie.
Cool.
It's a kiddy.
Oh no, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The Wordling figure.
Kid indie.
So, do we knew the general direction? I don't remember.
Yep. This is the prow of the ship, and the routes go that way.
So, I have to heal, so I start heading that way, because we're just.
All right. So we're going to pursue the routes of the all evil.
Yeah.
Have we determined that the roots actually are?
Yes, because last week when the things that poisoned us, when we burned out the roots from under them, it destroyed it completely.
So they found what they found is that each of the zombies had a root structure that was trailing behind it, almost like a power cord.
Mm-hmm.
When they killed them, the creatures fell on the ground and began to take root immediately. And the ones they killed first actually were starting to even flower. So they burned them. When they burned them, they realized, oh, if these things have roots, we should probably follow them back to its source.
Okay.
Source of the poison, too.
Now, this time, let's light them on fire after they stop moving, not before. Because that hug sucked.
Hey, that one of them fired and it actually still
At least you
came
got
out.
more health.
A lot more this time. And I'm healthy because I didn't hit my head on a tree this time.
Okay, so Tommy is a 10-year-old. He's told two different stories so far. He originally told them that he was Tommy Kincaid, the son of a cobbler, moderately wealthy, and from the city of Apex. But when he met the druid, he told a completely different story about being the son of Darken Boyle, the third of the crown princes of the sea, and that he was therefore well versed in courtly things, and also suggesting that he might be in a position of power. For some reason, the party has determined that his second story is more credible than his first, and assumed that he made up the second one because he was afraid, which is what he fed into. That he only made the Kincaid story because he was worried and afraid. But now we're on the strange island, and the first NPC he runs into, he just blabs everything. This is not too far out of character, given the fact that he's known Tiara long enough to remember that she blabbed everything. Oh no, he wouldn't have known her. Never mind. Scratch that, reverse it.
Yeah.
So,
Just laughing.
all right. So that's the short version. He does have monster sense. He can actually hear thinking. If he knows where the bad guy is, he can concentrate and know what they're saying, even if they're non-speaking creatures.
I'm going to take Scorching Ray as my second lowest.
That's right. He was talking to the zombies for some reason.
Well, he told you what they were saying, which was
Yeah.
that they were hungry. They were so hungry. All right. So we heading into the forest after the following the routes, right?
Yes.
Yes, seeing as how you've been here longer than us, do you know how to follow the path of the roots, so to speak?
Well, yeah, it shouldn't be that difficult.
But he hasn't been here longer than us. He said he got here at the same time as us. He just walked through a rainbow.
Yeah. I've been here for exactly a day.
Well, actually, it was
But you're the one that found the vines, right?
middle
Or
morning.
Yeah.
was you the one that found the vines?
I
Okay.
I found the.
literally they
we
found an
found the
archway.
vines.
There was a lot more to that story than you guys told. Remember, there were markings on the
That's right.
lintels of the doors. The
There was
lintels of the archway.
Something
Left
that
and
looked like
right side.
chicken feet, and then there was 2 mountains and a volcano.
Yes.
Chicken
I don't know what
feet,
any of that meant, but
2 mountains and a volcano.
Yeah. Two mountains with a volcano between them.
I think you might have actually said bird feet, but I wrote down chicken feet. So.
It was actually chicken feet.
Was it? Okay.
That was right. I said it was bird tracks, and you wrote chicken feet, which is exactly what you're supposed to get from that symbol. So I did a good job with that symbol. Not so much the other one, but that's only because you don't know the frame of reference.
Right.
If you did, then you know exactly where I'm talking, where that symbol represents. But anyway,
So what I'm getting at is, are you more excelling at finding routes when they go underground and become harder to see?
Underground. That might be tricky.
the answer would be no.
Yeah, no.
Nyx is not a land of the Everdark. It's a land of the Undersky.
Yeah. I
I mean,
for a split second, could you do? Oh wait, yeah, you can't see at all. Huh?
I have investigation, but I'm rolling with disadvantage. So if we ever lose track, I can try to investigate, but nothing's promised.
Well, it's going to be the nature check that's going to allow him to follow him.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
basically,
Trees,
you
druids, hand in hand.
find the route and start following the route. At first, the roots are right there close by, plentiful, but as you follow them down, you find more and more of them conjoin. So, suggesting that one of these zombie things was actually conflicting with something else and made another, and that other one joined the nest. And so, as you're moving backwards, the root is getting thicker, and there are fewer of them.
Okay.
Leading back to a parental
Right.
source.
But the weird thing is that your person who now understands the concept of bearing says that your bearing seems to be paralleling the direction of the vessel.
Really?
It's leading.
Going
Yeah, so it went this way for a ways, and now it's turning back.
and heading this way.
Yes,
Where are we at in proximity? Our characters?
you guys are somewhere over here, heading that direction, following the path.
Okay.
After a ways, the root breaks up, and there is a kind of a yellowish bush, maybe 3 feet tall, beautiful yellow flowers, big, open, almost like bird of paradise size blooms.
Okay.
These big, monstrous yellow blooms. The stamen,
Sunflowers.
the stamen hang downward, but they almost look like hands beckoning you forward.
Oh.
Bad.
Have I dealt with this before?
Can I do the evil sense thing?
You can.
Divine sense.
It's called
Divine
divine
sense.
sense.
So you just do.
You just say, I'm utilizing divine
You don't
sense."
make a roll or anything.
Right.
You just
Divine
declare.
sense. There you
Yes, and you are going to detect a touch of the Fae. And since it only gives it within 60 feet and doesn't give a directional, it just tells you.
It gives the exact location,
Or it does give exact location.
but it doesn't tell you the rank. So it could be as
The
small
plant,
as a
the
sprite.
plant is detecting as something of the Fae realm. Does not detect as undead, which is odd because you expected it based on the fact that they fought skeletons. And you didn't see them, but they described these skeletons. You expected it to be some kind of an undead source, and it's not. It's a plant. But a plant from some other realm. You do have a remembrance of these, and they are a nuisance and are usually burned before they get this tall. You don't know why, but they're one of the few plants that are actually nixed in Nyx.
Yeah, this thing has bad.
They're an
very,
invasive
very,
species.
very bad.
Right.
And I wouldn't get any closer than this.
Do you know of them?
Yes.
Well,
They're-
how if they're next, what do they do?
Turn you into one of those zombies.
No, you don't know that. I didn't tell you that part. I said it's
Oh,
an
that's
invasive
true. Okay.
species that you know is a bad thing. The fact that he calls it
Well, how do
evil and of the
do you know how
Fae.
to get rid of it?
Then you burn it.
I'm glad with that.
That you're not supposed to usually let it
Shoot
get
some
that big.
fireballs.
right, and also while you're watching, you see a bird fly by. Just make it pass by, and as the bird flies by, one of the flowers opens. It opens differently, so that the flower is like this. The bulb portion of where the flower comes up and out actually opens and closes, and it shoots this puff of yellowish gas in front of the bird.
Spores.
And the bird flies through it and falls immediately to the ground.
Okay, yeah, no.
What happened?
The bush
Yeah,
just
you just
killed
hear a
bird.
thump. What the hell was that? You hear chirp, chirp, thump.
Do we recognize the spores as the ones that affected us originally?
You weren't. Okay, so yes, it is reminiscent of the ones when their heads blew off.
When
And
they had
yes.
to go from the dust cover.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, remind me not to turn into a bird and fly
So
over.
can I just assume because of my intelligence that because the bird is so small compared to what we are,
Well,
that it's acting a lot faster with the bird? Like the end effect.
no, because the end of the effect hasn't happened yet.
The bird's just on the
The
ground.
bird just thumps to the ground.
We don't know if it's dead or passed out because we're not.
Or you can
that
see it
close.
flopping and flailing like a bird would if it was disoriented and is on the ground.
Right. Okay.
And besides that, even if the chicken's dead, it flops for a few more minutes after it's dead.
Then
so-
we gathered
true.
branches and did fall and set it afire.
I wouldn't get that
The
close.
bird?
No.
I was like, we're gonna have a pyre burial for a bird.
The bird stops moving.
Okay.
Splash the water.
It stopped breathing.
Just
Here, what's the range on this?
While you guys are considering your options and studying your books, trying to figure out what you're going to do, the little bird
I want to poke him with the
stands back up on its feet,
Oh.
I hear
starts
something.
starts hobbling towards you.
Get away from that bird. It's evil.
Yeah, so move away from the bird.
if Lucius was like lifting crossbow.
No,
Tommy drags the sword. You want me to kill it?
no, actually,
I'll vanquish it.
she takes out her sword. I don't want you that close.
She's going to be. Oh, no, that's funny. So she says if she disappears for a while, in about 10 minutes, NASA is launching a craft to the space station in Virginia. And so she's going to go watch the launch.
Oh, that's cool.
Go for it, Virginia. We want NASA to work.
Well, how else are we going to get to Nycos?
We can't get to Nycos if we don't get started.
Anybody want to kill the bird before it gets to us?
I just because it's a bird and I don't want anybody to use magic. I'm gonna see if I can do what you were saying earlier. Blow some of my alcohol with a flame.
That's funny.
So,
I was jokingly saying an
Yeah,
improvised monk fireball.
okay. This is your first attempt without proficiency.
Oh,
It'll
is
be
that
a
something?
disadvantage.
It's an improvised weapon.
You said
Okay.
you
It's an improvised weapon.
Improvised
Okay,
weapon.
so what do I do here?
You're rolling to hit twice, so taking the worst of the two.
Why disadvantage?
Because it's he's never done it before. And,
Okay.
And
13.
13. Actually, I just want to make sure you actually breathe out instead of lighting the fire and breathing in.
So 13.
It burns the
Yeah, so you sputter for a bit and flames shoot out about 3 feet, but it doesn't get anywhere near the bird.
Damn it. Did I look cool, guys?
Also, you're not going to.
Everything I saw was very nice looking.
It was impressive. Tommy probably collapsed.
Yeah, no, Tommy, stay away from it.
Kern's looking the
She'll
wrong
waste
way.
her one magic missile. She'll move it
Wait,
with magic
I can-
missile.
Is that
I
a level
like
spell or is that
just push it with a
cantrip?
shield like go away.
Oh,
So she's
wait,
still with us. She took her phone.
Wait.
She's so dedicated to us that even though she went out to watch the launch, she took her phone and she does have Wi-Fi, so she can watch and.
Well, we have to
Awesome.
burn it. I want to see what happens when we burn it.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm
Olivia's plotting.
kidding
I think she wants to join NASA so she can come tonight.
Sounds good.
Other.
She's gonna be the tiara. Or not tiara. Valara.
You want to just take a regular attack and see if it starts blooming again, like we did the other ones. But you got to be. But you're not poisoned, so I don't want to get you poisoned.
I know. I don't have any projectiles. Because
You-
I'm not efficient.
Do you have a bow?
No.
Okay. Then you could borrow somebody's bow if they had one, and you could be.
Okay, I have
so-
Sacred Flame. I'll hit it with Sacred Flame.
Oh, okay.
So it makes a
Okay.
dex save.
Oh boy.
Damn.
It beats it.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Because most birds have a plus to dex.
Yeah. So it actually dodges the flame attack.
Oh wow.
Since I'm on fire, since I'm already kind of infected, I just go and try to stomp the bird out.
You're going to go stomp the bird out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you know what Smokey the Duck's job is? To stamp out forest fires.
Okay.
Do you know what Smokey the Elephant's job is? To stamp out flaming ducks.
Okay, there you go. So another one at
You
disadvantage.
know what Smokey the Bear's middle name is?
The.
Exactly.
So just another one at disadvantage for an attack, or
No, it's not a disadvantage if you're just going to go over and
Is
attack it.
this a tiny size category?
Yeah.
Then yes, it's a disadvantage.
it's still-
Two sizes smaller.
Oh, it's still disadvantaged.
Yeah. And this is actually why small size category players such as gnomes and halflings are actually
You
useful.
think legit just step on it?
another 13. Does 13 hit?
You stomp and the bird flutters beside you and it's going to peck at your ankle.
Oh.
You're
Ow.
1 point of damage.
Oh.
Con save at disadvantage because you're already infected.
I pass. I don't make it.
Base 4.
Okay, so where the wounds were that were black, they burst open, and there's a group of little, look like seedlings in your arm where the wound was.
So
Little tiny leaves coming out of his arm.
level 2 now.
That burn.
We might have to amputate.
That's not good.
Might have to like heal you right now.
Might have to amputate.
You might want to do that.
That does not sound good.
Yeah, I'm a case study. So yeah, we
You
gotta
going to help him?
Yeah.
we gotta take care of this bird first.
Back up and they'll try
Is there
again. I
anything
have
else bad
Sacred
goes
Flame
like-
all day
Well,
long.
well,
All you have to do is simply say, I'm walking up to him, and I'm laying on hands, and I'm
For
healing
curing-
him. I'm
I give
curing
you
him of the
consent.
disease.
Well, you decide
Nycos is a
poison
You don't
or
even have to-
disease.
He should walk away from the damn bird.
I walk with
Well, he's trying to stomp on it, so he's right there with
Well, you should just finish him off first.
yeah, just take
Oh
more.
no, heal you after.
But she's gonna try to do Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep, shoot it
I
again.
back up.
yeah. They should have the Sacred Flame.
And it dodges again. It's a spry little bird for being an undead bird.
Can I just
Do
run
you
up
have
on
any
him?
negative perception?
Yeah, you could. He finally gets frustrated. He goes, "Damn it!"
I'm gonna run up on him and just step on him.
Okay, you're gonna snip on him. That's not your usual attack form. You can go ahead and do
I'll
that.
use my sword.
Wait,
I thought
that
that was
doesn't
what
matter.
we're doing it, but I'll use my sword.
You're still gonna be a disadvantage because of its size.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh,
need
can I use
that-
my shield then and just fall on it?
Yeah, you could. I'll grant you that.
I wanna do that.
Just gonna try to land on it.
Does he?
It'll get a dex save. It'll get a dex save to try to jump out of the way, and if he fails, you kill it. Just wait. No, don't even worry about it. He's literally the bird's gotta get
literally
out of the
fall
way.
on its square.
You actually go right there. It is. Boom, and
So
fall.
you unfortunately prone yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna put yourself prone, and it hopped out of the way. So it's right there, right next to you, and now it tries to peck you in the face.
As soon as it tries to peck him, can I throw a dagger and see
Sure.
if I can miraculous?
Ninja move.
Nice. 24. He's on 18 and a 20, so his disadvantage roll is still an 18 plus his dex modifier.
Do you need other
So
dice?
he's a sharpshooter with that dagger. He pegs that bird to the ground.
6 damage.
Oh,
If it matters.
no! It literally bird cuts the bird.
So right as it's about to peck you,
the bird flops to both
You
sides.
do need that.
And because of that,
Back
you
off
stapled
from the
it.
plant.
It's actually doing the chicken dance around
the dagger.
the dagger because it's pinned to the ground.
I walk up to him and I wave my hand in front of his face. Whoa.
Do we have any
Okay,
oil?
meta, it's because I'm playing basically the Nycos and Drow, which have sunlight sensitivity, so if it's day, I have disadvantage anyway, so I might as well just blind fight.
Understandable.
It's also really impressive to see somebody going through a fighting scene completely blindfolded.
I imagine him as like the
Yeah.
guy from Dinner for Schmucks. He's like, let's see what's happening.
Actually,
when the lights are out.
I go more for Lincoln from
Oh, got you.
Colonel, is there any oil back
Abe
at the
Lincoln.
end cap?
Abe Lincoln.
oil.
Oil.
Can you
Wait,
lay
one of
hands on
these?
me?
Yeah,
Lots
he
of
has.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we can flood this area and set it on.
I produce a
Yeah,
flask of
what's it?
oil.
What's that? So rest. I just laid hands on. to
Okay,
him.
so you get up off the ground and lay hands on him and cure him of his
Here.
disease.
So does that take exhaustion points away too? Or no?
We're gonna need
What
more
it
than
does
this.
is he's curing
It's
the
a
disease
flask of oil.
altogether.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
10 flasks of oil.
Yellow
There's
musk
one.
is a disease.
Wood
It's a magical disease.
that burns.
But it is a disease.
Yeah.
You the
Actually, that's
Goliath.
the nice part about flask of oil. You don't need. You just need a. You just need a light source.
Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Throw it.
Okay, she'll.
You just.
However, you're still inebriated, so.
Oh, somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm inebriated.
I am.
He is.
You are.
But I've gone through life.
Oh, actually, she's going one step better. She wants to hijack the rocket to fly here to play with us.
Aww.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
We're glad to have you with us. In any way we can have you, Olivia.
Okay, 12 plus dex to throw the.
I'm casting Produce Flame, but I'm just holding it in my hand for now. Waiting for her to throw the oil.
Okay. He's been the bird's been. You hit it with the dagger, right?
No, they're killing the plant.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just burning it now.
The
Oh,
plant
I
needs to
thought
die.
you were doing- I
Yeah.
thought you were doing the.
Okay.
bird. Okay.
But we'll probably
We
have
probably
to
should
feed
do
it.
the bird too.
To really kill it, and the roots are gonna need to feed the fire.
I'll fetch my dagger by pulling up the bird as soon
Did
as
you
the fire's
say?
going.
Did you say feed a fire with something? Yeah, I got booze. It's fine.
Wait. Do your little fireball thing here.
What am I blowing on?
The dagger with the bird on it.
Yeah,
I don't think it can dodge.
I just pour some alcohol on it, and I start a little fire on the bird, just to so we don't
Okay,
waste
so
spells.
just for clarification, if you're still trying to use the grog, remember the grog's not very alcoholic. That's probably why your fire doesn't go very far.
Well, that's why I'm just pouring it on the bird.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's already down, so it's.
I know, but it's still mostly water, so the flame will be like on the surface of the liquid. Your better bet is to use oil. You got plenty of oil.
Cool.
Okay,
We got plenty of
I
oil.
throw the bottle of oil
Okay. You have
hard enough.
lit up that plant, and as that plant burns, you hear an echoing moaning sound coming from the wreck,
Our wreck or
the shipwreck.
Okay.
This shipwreck.
Divine Sense.
Oh, so what we've established is
It's too far away. You
Oh.
can pick it up.
So it is like a forest growing on top of the ship. So there is an underground that you said goes on for
Who knows how long?
yeah.
Yeah, there are lower decks.
When I blasted my bang gun in this hole, it echoed for
A while.
a
yeah,
while
if I
throughout the
recall.
ship.
Did you find out what it does? Your gun?
Oh yeah, if I roll high enough, it can cause damage like 30 feet thunder wave damage 30 feet out. If I roll low, it can kind of bounce back and smack me in the face.
It's a pop gun. It's got a cork at the end of it, but they cast Thunderwave on the cork.
Oh, true.
So if the string gets snarled on the way out, it could be facing the wrong direction when the Thunderwave goes off. Therefore, the string won't go out as far as it's supposed to and actually Thunderwave back at you. But if it does it right, it drops the Thunderwave 30 feet away from you and then does 15 feet of push damage beyond that.
Oh man.
And a big, loud boom of thunder goes off. So
And what was up with the marks on the gun?
that's apparently
How many times
it's tracking
We'll
every time it's been
feed
used.
we'll feed the
Bird.
fire with,
Presumably, once you get to 10 times,
With-
it upgrades.
Verdict out.
and keep it
Or it
burning
runs out.
and burning and burning.
See, I like to be optimistic.
Okay, so the plant burns. In the center of it, you see there's a oversized skeleton. What I mean by oversized, larger than the Goliath.
Oh wow.
Whatever it was that carried the yellow musk to this place was large. Yes.
Was it humanoid?
Yes.
Well, this would have been
Maybe
great
like
to have
a
the
giant?
monster hunter.
I know.
This is, if you haven't noticed, this whole island's made for him.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm saying honestly,
Is it
there hasn't been a
just-
place that hasn't been for him.
Is there
since
just
the
a
beginning.
bear? Is there just a bear skeleton, or does it have like signs of clothing? Like
If there was armor, it's long since decayed down to like bits and pieces. There are bits of shiny in amongst the fire you can see glistening, and you also see some signs of like rusted pieces. But while it's burning, you're not going to be able to investigate further.
But as it's burning, do Tommy, Tiara, and Lucius? We're assuming Lucius is with us for the sake of
Yeah.
But do they heal? Do they?
Why would they do that?
Huh?
Why would they heal?
Not heal, but is there poison? Do we see any signs of like the mark?
You see no difference.
No difference. Okay, so this didn't fix them. Is what we were hoping. They're just sending us on another trail.
Maybe we can dig those
But with
things
his
out.
laying on hands,
No,
to see
he already-
things
he already
and
laid
stuff
on.
gone.
He's completely clear.
He laid hands on it because I had the spores coming out of my arms.
And one wonders if this is the parent plant. Hopefully, it will destroy the root system since the parent plant is gone.
Well, I don't think this
But-
was the parent plan because as we burned this one in another direction, we heard another moan. So if
Right.
we're talking about an intermingling.
Down in the ship?
I said from the ruins. I didn't say where.
Okay.
Yeah, we just heard a sound.
I said it echoed through the ruins, but the ruins are rather extensive, so
Yeah.
really doesn't help.
And we're over here.
Yeah, so
You're
Over
approaching
here.
the second hold, right?
So if we hope to kind of heal Tiara, Tommy, and Lucius, I think we are going to have to explore the depths of this.
Right now they're not. Right now they're acting under healthy conditions.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna drop prone, and I'm gonna see if I can listen to the ground, see if anything sounds like it's getting closer.
okay. Go ahead and make a. I guess that'd be survival check.
Would it be perception? Because listening for sound? Either or, I just wanted to
Well,
know.
if you have survival, it's the first. That's.
I don't have survival proficiency.
In that case, you can use perception, but you wouldn't go to the ground because that whole go to the ground thing is actually a skill. So,
yeah.
of course, you could do it. You could go to the ground. Why are you down there? I'm listening.
Well, Drow, so used to the earth and so
It's like-
used to the
It's
underside.
like the story of the cowboy comes running across the plains. And there's a Native American on the ground, puts his ear to the ground. He says, "What? He says, what do you hear?" He says, 400 cattle, 2 horses, stampede yesterday. He goes, "Why are you still on the ground?" 400 cattle, stampede yesterday. What are you doing down there? I don't know. I just saw it work in a movie once.
I was going with the idea that elves have sensitive hearing. Because
Right.
they are proficient in perception, and seeing as how I am the variant of Drow, used to the underground.
True.
So, but,
You'd be looking for a hole in the ground to crawl into to be able to hear.
good point. 21.
Yeah. 21. Just that alone, the wind seems to be saying over and again, windswept.
Windswept.
Okay. Are any of the trees close to us talking?
The wind blowing through them is making that windswept sound, so it's all the forest itself. It's not the individual trees.
Is that normal?
Do we just want to press
It's
it?
the name of an elven ship that we're looking.
Eglith, what are your thoughts? I'm very curious.
A primate
I want
ship.
to investigate this spot.
You want to investigate the burning bush?
No, we're talking about we had
let's
to
run to
go.
the ruins.
Yeah, the ruins.
Do we have a way in?
Yeah, they're
Well, you have this level of ruins that you can walk through, and then he says, "Yeah, there's a way to get into the lower parts as well."
Over there, but that was where we originally saw the skeletons, and then
Well, you didn't run into skeletons till after you ran into him.
no, we saw
Right.
the skeletons down there. We saw bodies
Oh no, that's in the hold. But
in
you
the
haven't-
hole.
Right.
There were skeletons. There was one, at least, distinctly Eldrin, who wasn't as desiccated as the others.
What was weak to fire? You said.
The plants.
The plants, yeah.
I think a lot of things are weak to fire.
Hopefully.
I think we're all weak to fire.
Yeah, I think if you lit me on fire,
Burning's not good.
You
I'm allergic
guys,
to pain. I break.
do you guys
screens.
also remember
The screams. The screams.
there was a dragon that went with the windswept? The windswept broke away from the group to follow a wounded dragon, and then was never heard of again.
That is the legend.
No, that's what the Eldrin told us.
Right.
That it
but
broke
it's
off.
still It's still, until it's substantiated, just a story. That's
Yeah.
all he's saying. Anyway, so are we going to
Do we
proceed
want to-
into the ruins? Is that where we're headed? We're gonna follow. You gonna wait for the fire to die down and see whether or not you killed the plant off for good?
Yeah. And I keep on dragging in deadfall and throwing it on the fire.
Well, if you're gonna keep the fire going, it'll burn.
It'll
most
burn
of the
until
day.
you stop throwing stuff in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go until the fire dies out, but I'm going to keep throwing stuff in it.
Okay, I'll stop throwing stuff in it.
I want to make sure it's dead. I don't want it to come back.
It's perfectly fine if you want to make sure it's gone. It's just we're going to be here a while.
It takes most of the afternoon, and in the westering sky, the birds suddenly take flight en masse and seem to migrate inland, flying away from the ruins.
Windswept, windswept.
Maybe we should do the same.
And the sound of the words as the birds fly away, the sound of the word being repeated also fades out.
I say we go inland. We take enough supplies and maybe find a secure place inland.
Well, we have established that you at least have a beachhead
Okay.
location here, so at least you have a place to return to until such time as you find a second location.
So we're about here, right?
Yeah, right in there.
We're in the
No,
general.
right there at the base of that microphone is fine.
Okay.
That's where the fire would be. So put everybody over there.
The fire?
Yeah, so where's my fire come?
I got one fire.
It's making it moan and
You
groan.
do have a big one, but I don't
When
know
we
what you
first
did
start
with
the
this.
fire, it's one thing.
Hey, calm down. I got a chance to dig everything out.
I'm referring to that one with the glowing light for it.
Oh. Yes.
I don't know what you've done with that one. So we got the bush on the fire, and then we just have a makeshift campfire. There's two fires. It's a good thing.
A good one and a bad one.
Well, we're tending to make sure that the bush fire doesn't turn into a brush fire.
I'm just thinking
So,
if we're
Nicholas,
closest.
what are your thoughts on this island? You've explored it more than me, so perhaps you have some insight or thoughts that you'd like to share.
Oh, they canceled her lunch.
Aww.
That's okay. She still has us, she says.
We're always first prize.
Or first runner-up.
Don't bog yourself down.
Yeah, I don't really trust this land. It's filled with a lot of
The trees attacked
back.
us.
evil.
Oh, you know something? I'm gonna run too.
Yeah, guys, restroom.
Did we go under?
That'll work for
No,
now.
not yet.
That'll work for now. That's a good one.
Where's our party?
Welcome to the fire swamp.
Oh, jeez.
Do we hear a strange sound?
I found it. I found it.
Better not be ROUSs.
No, they're
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
that's awesome.
No, what's awesome is it glows.
Lights on.
Lights on. No,
Lights on.
no, that one's
I
part
was
of a
asked which one
pre-painted
you
set.
made and which ones you didn't.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's that one's part of a pre-painted set you can buy from the
Yeah.
WizKids line.
Oh, okay.
So she made sure it was well and burning. So let's see if I can turn this
Little baby
around
fire?
for a second to show.
Princess Bride, the fire swamp.
There's the
Then-
big
then he goes,
fire.
Hopefully,
They
there's
said.
no RUSs.
All right.
Does the fire crackle windswept?
No.
That would just be too weird.
That'd be funny though.
Kind of would.
Just listening to windswept crackle. Yes, hard as hell.
No. But while you're watching the fire, you do see an image forming inside of the fire.
Okay.
And it looks like about a 6.5, 7 foot tall elvish figure, very prominent ears. It's the image is almost like a film, what we think of as a film negative.
Okay.
So the image is dark, but the hair is not white, it'd be very. The hair is black and the skin is white. Kind of this weird negative kind of approach. But the image inside is motioning for you to come to it.
Whoa.
What's going on?
Does everybody else see that?
Yes, I clearly see it. That's why I asked.
See what?
I'm staying away from that fire.
Okay, I'm saying I don't see it because I'm blind.
I know. Well, okay.
I asked him to point it out. I'm like, what do you see?
The dude in the fire.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
We all see it. Oh yeah. But then both of us are both on narcotics. So, does anybody that's not drunk and or high see this right now?
Dude.
Or blindfolded.
Dude, there's a dude calling for me in the fire.
Can you check? Do you see a dude in the fire?
He's going, what?
No.
No, you guys, there's a dude in the fire.
Yeah,
He's
me
like
and you are
motioning.
both like, there's a guy in the fire, guys.
And you're looking right at the flames. You see nothing.
I don't see anything.
Oh
guys.
God.
Tommy?
Are you guys okay?
Tommy.
He says, help the Amberquell. Help the Amberquell. They're off course.
Oh, that's not creepy.
Help the wood.
Amberquell.
Would you recognize that as a ship because of your oceanic knowledge?
Well, the Amberquell is a very broad term in the ship.
No, he's totally joking. The one thing you will remember is that the Elvish naming convention is the names of their vessels have that two concept.
Well, because of my new sea
Wind-
knowledge.
Well, no, it's not so much that. It could be that, but more particular, the fact that both the Windswept and the Everjoy use that same. It's two words put together to make a title. So
That thing's too cool.
Ted,
So if you find a ship named the Sea Hag,
Can
it's
I-
an elven ship.
can I see if talking to? Can I see if saying something audibly gets the spirit to respond, or whatever this is to respond and say, "Is this the Amberquell? Are we on the Amberquell?" Amberquell, sorry. Amberquell.
I heard Umber.
Are we on the Amberquell?
No, it's actually written over there. That's why I had to look over there to see it.
Oh, okay.
Are we on the Amberquell?
This is the paladin.
Yeah, that's some paladin.
The store's on fire.
Tommy doesn't hear it.
Well, Tommy
like
looks and
that.
says,
It's
well,
divine
we're
justice.
not on the
Searing Spite,
Amberquell.
I love it too.
We're right alongside the hull of the Amberquell.
What have I
Oh.
missed?
We've gotten a name,
We got the name of the ship.
presumably.
Well, Tom,
Presumably.
you got it from Tommy.
That one really needs.
Yeah,
to
as you burned, I actually show her the model because I don't think she can see it from her angle. That's the fire.
That's the fire you made. Well, we kind of made
So
the other.
while
made
they're
it
watching the fire,
together.
while they're watching the fire, the things that I mentioned was that the birds all flew off. The voice of windswept upon the winds vanishes. As they're watching the fire, an elvish form appears, almost like a film negative. It's not right. The image is not right. It's like a reverse of an image. I don't know how to describe it other than
Yeah, the darkest light,
right.
lightest dark.
But the figure is motioning towards you like it wants you to come to it. But when they ask if Tommy, well, first of all, they ask the paladin. Paladin doesn't even see the image. You look at make a wisdom save. You might be able to see it.
I don't think
That's
so.
a one.
A 1.
Yeah.
Plus
No.
4.
A wisdom failed. Wisdom save
wisdom.
failed means you do see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What is mine? 3.
With the nat one, you're not gonna beat it. So unless you're gonna re-roll.
No. So I see it.
Yeah, you see the image of the Eldrin form. But Tommy says the voice is saying, "Help the Amberquell. Help the Amberquell. They're off course. They're off course."
Can I do an insight on Tommy?
Amber.
Or no, not how I mean. Like, I want to know if the spirit is trying to sway us
Possessing
to
him
go
or something?
downstairs, go down into the bowels of this ship. Like,
Oh, you
it's like
can't
a trap.
get it. You
We
can't
get anything from that. Okay.
She will try and says the Ambercrawl is grounded.
Well, it doesn't respond. And go ahead and hand me the fire because we were waiting till the fire went out.
All right.
When the fire goes out, you notice that you've burned the majority of the plant. All of the surface material is turned to ash. But there appears to still be a major root going off into the depths of the earth itself. Now, digging around in it, you're able to find that it also does not follow the standard convention of staying deep in the ground, but it actually is also turning back towards the same direction as the rest.
Can you track it, Master Druid?
As fast as I can dig.
Well, just go ahead and make a wisdom check, because all you really have to do is look to see if there's any place where it rises above the ground.
It's a total of 20.
Yeah. So yeah. So within a few yards, you see that it's back, traversing underneath the soil just barely, and still headed. But worse than that, you find a branch,
Uh-oh.
and it branches not once but twice.
We have to follow that out and find out what it's got.
Are the branches the same size, or are they...
They're about the same size. So this is like the junction point. Furthermore, by just mucking about in that area, you find another giantish skull.
Uh-oh.
But it's blown out like the other zombie skeletons were.
Oh, okay.
It's blown out like it looks like it was set fire to?
No.
No, it was blown out like when you guys killed when the spores.
It's like blossoming.
Yeah.
It did its thing sometime long ago and created at least 3 zombies that are still around. Yeah.
So which way should we go, guys?
Do you think you could...
Which direction?
Do we know which...
The main route continues towards the vessel. The other 2 turn inland, away from the wreckage.
We'll have to hunt those down now, but I think the main thing is here. Yeah. Perhaps if we destroy it, then the rest will be destroyed.
Maybe.
Which way looks like it has more vegetation?
Well, the 2 that are heading out are more so than the ones going into the ruins, but the one going to the ruins is the largest of the 3. Largest of the
Right.
3
So are we
pathways.
saying... What does that mean in the plant world? I'm just acting... I know what that means in the real world. What does the bigger root
The
mean?
roots closest to the parent plant are the thickest.
Wants the druid to say
I'm
that.
sorry.
Exactly.
You're starting to act like Janeway. I know everything.
Sorry.
It was nothing?
Yeah, the parent plant should be there. Heading
The
back
larger
into-
root?
Yes.
So do you think we should go underground?
Done. The drink room.
If that's where this goes.
No, I got a full one here.
You got a full one?
So actually grab me one now.
So are we
I'll
over
take a look
here
at it
now?
before.
Or where are we at now in comparison?
No, you haven't left the spot.
Oh, we
You're
haven't
just-
left?
You're
Okay.
just
He's just
digging-
visually...
Yeah, you just triangulated it beyond.
I would feel... I know this is going to be a lot, but if we are going to venture underground,
Yeah.
we did clear out some of the water and the opening over there. This one, we know that they're on hinges, so we can just lift it again.
Okay.
Or do we want to go investigate with... Because now we have his orbs that we can actually send out in directions to follow.
There's dancing lights.
His dancing lights. So we can actually send them under there to get them more of a visual.
Good.
I have dancing lights as a kid.
You also have your beacon over here. But you can only do that once per day per class level, so I think that's twice more.
Well, the produced flame can also be used to just create light, but
But
Right.
it's watery under there, remember?
that's true.
Remember I tried to send the
Well, you
thing
can produce
that-
flame in
I
his
tried,
hand.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I tried to do that and I splashed water and put out my light. It's your
Is that
call,
like in a
man.
lantern
This
or
is your hood. We without a monster hunter, without a monster hunter ranger, we're still in the forest. So this is you.
That's true.
We have him to find evil things.
Are you sure that's not just this whole place?
So you want to just go explore it since it's close here and just send dancing?
That's what I was
That
thinking, yeah.
Might help. Might help.
Okay, I'll go with you
Okay.
to explore it. So because I'm not infected anymore either now.
That's true. Then I don't want to risk you getting infected again. Can he be?
I can be reinfected, but at least we saw what happens when you get more infected.
That's true.
So I'd rather take another level 1 rather than either one of the 3 that have it get a level 2.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. And I'm still in danger. All right.
You guys want to come with us? Can we just make...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go explore the second grate over here.
Okay, so when you follow the route, it actually goes directly into that wall directly ahead, and you see that it, from that point, it burrows directly down. And so without excavation tools, you're not going to be able to follow it any further anyway.
Okay.
But it clearly goes into the wreckage,
Okay.
suggesting that the yellow musk must have been aboard the ship at some point.
Took him from the ship. What are these skulls? Because these are supposed to be elven ships, right?
Right, so why are there giant skulls involved?
Yeah.
Unless they were carrying giants with them on board their
Is this one still volatile, or can I investigate it a little bit to see like if there's any
Or
markings
unless
that distinguishes the skull as anything?
giants came down here later.
The skull has a scar across the bone,
Or the,
just above,
And
below
then
the
plant
right
that
orbital,
was festering
the
inside
its
the
right
hole.
eye. So
Gone.
this had to have been at least a half-blind giant.
Oh, so we recognize these as giants.
Yes,
Okay.
the skull is like this big.
No, but I didn't know if they were monster or like
Yeah,
giant.
it's a giant skull.
Yeah.
okay.
So
Of course. We determined that this is the most evil dessert. Most people are like freaked out by them.
So we'll round
Put a
it
hot
out.
dog in it.
We'll come around the wall just so we're on the other side of it. So we're
Are you going to go through the broken part over here, or are you going to go clear around the wall?
I'm thinking
the broken
here.
part, the gap.
Okay, so that means you're going to be walking across the line of the hull actually turns under the soil there, so there's actually a curve because the ship
It reaches out
that
to the
way.
prow.
Right, this is the prow of the ship. So
Right.
I just let you know that you're officially aboard. You're technically aboard
Vessel again.
the vessel again once you cross over.
However, if there's
So
not
it pitches
any
off through that
remaining
gateway.
floor, these were turned to stone, right?
This is alternate.
Floor.
Right.
I say go
Sitting
around to
down.
the side. They
okay.
went on the stone floor.
They went through this way to the stone floor.
She goes around.
Okay,
to
she's
the
going the
stone
long way around.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm thinking if it can burrow
Okay,
through
what about the rest of you? Are you
ground,
going through the open, broken wall, or are you going to go around to the side of the vessel?
Broken wall.
Okay, put him through there.
This one's you.
Kern?
Does he get stuck a bit?
No, it's plenty big, plenty wide.
I'm gonna stealthily move through the hole, trying not to catch any attention.
Okay, Tommy will go with you.
Okay.
Doesn't want you to be alone.
Thank you, Tommy.
Ah, oh, I see. That's why.
That's why I said just put him in the room. That's fine.
Were you trying to shove the figures through the hole?
Well, I was trying to set it down, and there's something blocking it that wasn't sitting, and I realized there's a little broken part of the wall.
Yes.
Why
Alright.
won't they go through?
Okay. So when you get around here to this side, there's the grass rushes that were growing up around the hinges are they seem to have grown a good probably 3 or 4 inches since yesterday.
Oh,
Well, we haven't seen this one.
Yes, I did. I went over this.
She went over.
Oh, she went over there. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Also, from your vantage point, you see an odd headless humanoid form in amongst the trees in the center of the vessel. From where you are looking up
Yeah.
into the heights, you
This
see more of a silhouette than of an actual. It's like backlit. The sky behind it is darkening, and you can see its outline against the trees beyond it.
She said there's something kind of unusual about those rushes. That's like, would she even know what a rush is? No.
Okay, Common vernacular words, yes. Don't worry about. If I use a term, you know the term. So
Okay, the rushes there, they're about a hand taller. Put your hand like
Sure.
this, about a hand taller than they were yesterday. That isn't normal.
to grow that fast, right?
Yeah, to grow that size
That's
in
for
that
sure.
amount of time. And there also seems to be a body.
It's something, a headless form.
A headless
And I mean, it's
form.
actually holding on. Whatever it is, just doesn't have a head.
Okay,
It's a bipedal with arms holding its position up in the trees.
there's something up there without a
these
head.
trees?
No, these.
Oh.
No, these. The
Oh,
central
okay.
trees. Central trees.
Okay, and because of the sun over there, it's showing the form, but I don't see a head. And it's up on the middle tree or the end tree.
It's some of the trees in the center.
Okay.
And it's not against the moon. It's not against the solar light because it's already towards dusk. Because you guys spend all the time with the fire. It's late afternoon. The sun would actually be over there because this is north.
Oh,
So, no, it's just the backlit against, you just see the silhouette of it against the shadows of the
Yeah, I
trees.
just see
And
this.
then there's open space beyond it, so that's why you can see it standing
okay,
up,
so
up
there's
high
something
in the
up
thin
there.
branches near the top.
And I would say maybe we burn that first before we do anything else.
You want to go back into the tall trees?
No,
I'm
shoot.
just reporting it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that there's something up there.
Yeah, by going through this side, you wouldn't have seen them. Only from coming from that side could you see the thing.
It might have been captured by one of those same things that did him.
And tried to take
That
him.
tried to did him.
Well, we already
Did
understood.
it take his head though?
No, we already understood that there was something in those trees that was
Right.
launching the attack. So now we have a image, a shape to a
It's a rather creepy image
a
of
shape
whatever.
to an attack.
Right.
Without a head, that's a little weird.
I say
Well, okay, so for further clarification, you were looking at a silhouette over a distance, so where the head should be, you don't see one. Theoretically, the head could be down between the shoulders if it's hunched over, if it's a hunched being.
Yeah.
Or, on the other hand, it could be a creature that literally has no head. You just don't.
Right.
Or doesn't have a head in a standard location.
It's not how you get ahead with them.
I think priority one is like healing you, Tommy and Lucius.
And the meds are wearing off, and so you are starting to feel
Yeah.
starting to feel the results of fatigue again.
More tea!
Let's see what I can do.
Do you the last space we sent what was it called? The lights?
Dancing lights?
Dancing lights down to the hole just to see the bottom.
I have dancing lights.
You want you
so I
to
can
do that?
cast that. Who else has it?
Both of you have it.
You guys are
Okay.
in, right?
You want to cast yours or?
You can cast yours if you like.
Okay, because we use it all day, so if you cast dancing lights, well, we don't have that open. First of all, we
Well, you can launch them through the holes in the grate. Remember, those are 8-inch holes in the grating.
but what about the
Dancing lights aren't
plants that
solid,
act
they're just
unusually?
illusionary anyways.
The plants that grew from yesterday are just growing alongside, and they're growing along the area where the root struck, where the hinges are on that grate.
Oh no, a dice tower.
She still wants to burn it.
Then burn it.
Okay. You have
Your
another
action.
flask of oil?
Oh, so she shouts for oil. She doesn't want to. I thought you were going to just drop a sacred flame on it or something.
Yeah, because we're
Okay, well,
trying.
she'll try Sacred Flame, but it's not, Sacred Flame is just one targeted area.
I know,
Okay,
but normally a person, so
It's
you have
also
to you have to target the plant. You just say, I'm going to burn the plant.
okay, I'm gonna target the plant.
So the plant makes a
Plant
save.
makes a save. There is no save for the plant since it's static, so go ahead and burn it.
with
Oh,
radiant.
that's right, I don't have to roll, it just hits.
You hit it with light.
I hit it with. No,
The tree grows taller.
Sacred flame, no, sacred flame is not a fire. Remember we talked about this earlier. It does radiant damage, doesn't it?
yes,
Right. Plant actually gets taller,
that didn't help.
and because you hit it with a concentrated amount of radiation, it actually radiated light. It actually grows by almost 6 inches compared to where it was before, and so now it's covering up about a third of the place and completely covering the hinges.
That one didn't work the way I wanted it to.
I stifle a laugh.
She targets it with Ray of Frost.
So she goes, I'm going to upscale. Forget cantrip. I'm going right straight for a spell.
Ray of Frost is still cantrip,
Ray of Frost is a cantrip.
Okay.
but it's cold damage.
Okay, I got
as
you.
opposed to Radiant.
13 plus,
You're going to hit it. It's just a plant.
2.
Now there's ice hanging from it. You may. How much damage did you do?
Let's see, I do a D3, I think. Let me double check.
Ray of Frost, it's a D6,
Ray of Frost.
I think.
Yeah.
Libby says, "Good move. Now you have more plant to burn." Tommy's really helping, man.
Totally.
Look at that! There's even more plant now. We can burn more of it. Next time we might want to burn it with fire instead of burning it with light.
More firewood. More wood for the wooden throne.
It's not doing anything to us. It's just sitting there. I don't know why we have to kill it in the first place.
Oh, you might want to make a check, you Mr. Plant Guy, to see what this plant might be.
Yeah, exactly. 15 nature.
Yeah, you go. I've heard about in the jungles. There's this plant called bamboo that grows up to
1d8.
3 inches a night.
1d8.
Oh!
1d8.
It's a perfectly natural plant phenomenon.
Everybody listen to our plant guy.
It's just a thing called bamboo. It's normal. It grows.
Can you eat it?
What is it?
Do I know if I can eat it?
I want to
Well, I can't
You can
withdraw
try.
the damage. I need to combine
Everything
the
is eatable. It's just whether or not it
You
fights
don't have
back.
any D8s?
Oh, you don't
I
know
forgot to bring out my D8.
Oh.
I could have had a D8.
You could have had a D8. Pop in the forehead, somebody.
Please.
Come on! Okay, it wasn't worthy of a VP. but
Hey,
it's
Drifter's
okay.
back too. Hey, everybody say hi to Drifter.
Hi, Drifter.
I gave it 6 points of damage.
6 points of cold
6 points of cold.
to
Okay.
a tree.
To a bush of
Is this yours or
bamboo.
his?
And
That's
so
fine.
two of the reeds of bamboo will fall off and lay across. The,
So it's actual bamboo.
Hinges.
That actually does suck because bamboo hates cold.
Okay. I wounded a plant.
You can murder the plant.
I am
So
guessing
we
I fight the trees.
We fought 3 sets of plants already today. Let's just move and let our nature guy look at the plants.
The druid is screaming internally from the plant
Lucius is rubbing up on Tiara, but she
is this what happened to Nix? Is this what happened to Nix?
Did the angels come down and just destroy all our plants? Angels hate plants.
Angels hate Elysium
On Nycos, it's not plants versus zombies. It's plants versus angels.
Every plant she sees, she just tries to destroy.
Light it on fire! Light it on fire! Light it all on fire! What the
Does that
heck?
mean demons have actual flower gardens?
Look what this poor girl has had to put up.
And Tommy's actually amplifying it.
Huge sharks. that
Great
come out.
job. Killed some bamboo. Great job.
Who's that?
On the angels food pyramid, there's no fruits. There are no vegetables. She just
There's
eats.
only
There's
meat
a gap.
No, they don't eat. They don't normally have to eat. She has to hear.
Lucius is like, is this what I look like every time I see a monster? Yeah, this is
Pretty much.
exactly what you look like every time you see a
Well, I don't
monster.
know, but the monsters aren't as defenseless as these trees.
Every time we need a new person, you lift your crossbow. It's just like,
Plants and her and light.
God, if we meet an herbalist, we're screwed,
Look,
Tiara.
look at
Lucius, are you a monster? Tiara, are you a plant?
Are you a monster plant? You are planted by the monsters. Ah!
And it's just a complete 180. 'cause
Look at, she's had to put up with these shambling
Yes, sir.
mounds that are plants more than zombies.
Yesterday she was
And-
singing to the trees. Today she's like, die with fire. Die with fire. Die with fire.
Well,
Let the soil sort them out.
Oh, the bamboo didn't sing to you, so
The inanimate objects that don't usually sing didn't sing to me, guys. How dare they?
Those are elements.
At this point, when I've tried to like teach
Who really is the villain?
I know.
Are we the bad guys?
every day, I start.
I think like 3 people at the table are at least neutral enough.
every.
Oh, by the way, you were asking about eating them. Tommy goes, "There's 2 roasted ones there. You want one?"
No,
They're frozen.
Yeah, frozen. 2
5 frozen, yeah.
They're fresh grown.
They're fresh. They'd be so tender.
I'll take a.
Bamboo actually.
There is
Yeah, you just have to
Just
care of
take it. Don't eat it. Give it to Tommy. Tommy, you eat it.
Tommy actually.
Popsicles too?
Tommy pulls out his little penknife and starts peeling the inside.
Hearts of palm.
That's sweet. What's up?
So you were saying, every morning when
Okay.
you get up,
It's very sugary. It's
I'm just going to try and
It's sugar cane almost.
lift the grate. Is
we
the
lift
bamboo
it.
like wrapped around it?
No, it's just shooting through it.
Okay. I just.
When you look down through, you can see there's more shoots, but the shoots down below are paler and
No, they're
weaker
not getting
looking.
all.
because they haven't got up
As
to
much
the
light and
sunlight.
stuff.
Right.
So I'm just gonna move
They need more
pull the grate out. Or just lift
Okay,
it
there you go with the strength check. Disadvantage because only by yourself.
up. Yeah.
So you roll it twice and take the worst roll.
Yep. 6 total.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is really heavy.
Can I
You realize it's made of stone.
Oh.
can,
I'm
So 2 of you get the straight roll, and 3 of you get the roll with advantage to try to lift it out of the way.
Can I
So-
just use the bamboo to try to leverage it out?
Try it
The
out.
piece is too short. The piece that broke off. It's
I'll
just
help.
the new growth that broke off.
I'll
But-
help you.
So you're gonna go over and help him with it, though?
Yeah, it'll help.
Okay, with the goalie, he acts as a second person,
strong.
so there's a chance here of actually not breaking the hinges this time. So
Oh.
Are you strong?
So do we all roll? Or
just no, just 1 roll. I'm sorry, just 2 rolls, but you can take the advantage off of it.
You take the highest of the 2 rolls. So if you get a 1 and a 20, you take the 20.
Come on.
13 is the highest.
13.
that's your
What's your
base?
strength modifier? What's your
Mine-
strength modifier?
Yeah, his would be better.
So with my strength modifiers, that would be a 14. So.
I believe you have a +1 at least.
Tommy says bamboo tastes pretty good to me.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. That's why I said his would be
The
better.
inside?
Yeah, the sweet root of the sweet.
Last week I had
Soft
it even
part
because
inside
I'd
it.
added the
I'll cut some to eat later.
Okay. Yeah, strength.
+2.
Okay, so +2. So 16. Yeah, you're able to get it up. It is something. Stays on the hinges, surprisingly, but you're only going to lift it up about 1.5 feet because the bamboo is holding the back.
Oh,
half of
that's
the roots.
true. Yeah, it would be a problem.
But from here, you look down, and about halfway down in the bamboo, there's a skeletal form hanging. It looks like it was actually trying to climb up with a rope around the plant, and the rope looks like it got attached to the plant somehow and prevented the climb up or down. So the person looks like they might have actually starved to death hanging there. So it sounded like somebody was hunting by themselves.
I have a
Which
question.
sounds really odd.
I know. I just want to ask you just to see.
Sure.
Can I do lay of hands on skeletons?
You want to go? You want to climb down onto the root and then climb down onto the plants and then try to
Wait,
lay
can
on
I do
hands on.
anything at all?
Okay, so laying hands on a dead body,
Yeah.
you cannot convey any hit points to it because it has no hit point pool to be played into.
Right.
Death is not a disease.
I know. I'm just like kind of.
It's not a curable
On the
disease.
other hand, if you're just starting to develop feelings for dead people, you can get medical help for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to see what it'll do.
See, I will counsel you on that.
Instead of raising
dead
undead,
dad.
just kill trees. It's a very
not a
therapeutic
tree.
method.
It's a safer way to go.
So we're gonna move.
It's far more entertaining. They're a lot easier. Of course, your price point payout is really low.
They also don't drop much loot.
Well, I
It's
know.
actually not worth awesome eggs.
There's a skeleton down there. Who wants, look at,
Might
what
get
we
lucky, get
want
some fruit.
is to find the windswept and then get home. Well, back to cell.
Why do we need to find this windswept? And why does it keep doing that?
Because it wasn't,
Does anybody else hear that?
well, because it was the elven ship that was lost for me.
So we're trying to find it just because it was lost? Is that what you're
Because
telling me?
it was
It
chasing
was
the
lost, but soon it
dragon.
will be found.
Okay, so you now have an
Plus,
open
we have
hole.
no way to get off of this this
We're
rock
hoping
without
that
it.
it's whole.
Looking into the depths, you do see a reflection of what little waning light there is left on the surface of water down below.
She sends the dancing lights down.
Okay, so you have 4 spheres. The 4 of them as they enter the space and spread out. They do indicate that the distance down can't be more than about 20 feet to the water surface. The plants, the bamboo in particular, come from what looks to be a largish crate on the back side of the hold from your frame of reference, so the aft direction.
Okay.
So they come up at a slight angle towards the light and then straighten up once they get directly into the light source. Below that, from this angle, you see what might have been the target of the climber, in that there is a large oaken chest sitting about, based on its size, about half above the water, half below the water.
Okay.
It has iron bindings and a huge external single lock over a lock latch mechanism on the front of it.
Okay.
So that may have been what they were trying to get to. There are cages lining the other walls of the space down below, and the space down below is approximately about the same size as that entire grid section that you're standing upon. So lots and lots of cages. It looks like it might have been some kind of exploratory mission.
So the cages are for.
It was an exploratory mission?
It looks like, because they got cages. Think HMS Beagle. If you know the history of Darwin, he went to Galapagos because he was trying to prove his theory by trying to find animals that would fit the missing places in his
The trees,
yeah,
genealogical.
Okay. But they appear to be empty from what we can see, or.
most of them are sealed and closed and half in the water.
Okay.
If there was anything in there, that'd be a horrible fate for any animal to be inside of there. And
Yeah, that's true.
most of them are sized large enough for a small dog or bigger.
Okay.
There aren't any like tiny ones or anything like that. There are 3 hanging cages. One of them is about the same size as the horrible things that the French used to use for auto de fe.
Oh.
So one's big enough for a person to be standing up inside.
Do we recognize, or do we see anything that looks like a cage that could hold these giants?
Nothing.
So these giants weren't brought here on this ship, is what you're.
At least not from this hold.
Not from this whole.
No.
Or not at
this
this age.
Okay.
Maybe they were young.
Do we descend, guys? Do we see any this movement with the dancing lights down there?
Just the water, just the ripples on the water surface.
Could I find like a pebble or something nearby to toss down?
Sure.
Yeah, toss it in.
Okay. The sound that the stone makes when it hits the water is more of a boop rather than a splash. So it's not shallow water; it's deeper than it might look.
And you still can't swim. You can't swim.
I can't swim.
You can't swim.
You do have a method for getting rid of water.
Ah, jeez.
Well, I have a potion thing. Man.
No, I have a method. He's saying I can do the same thing I did last week. Even when I backfired, I didn't. Nothing happened because it was in a stone.
What did you do?
I used the pop gun. Okay. Tried and true method.
So, have we determined that this bamboo is not threatening?
Yeah, he
So-
told
It
us.
is not threatening.
And it tastes it. It tastes good.
Yeah, he told us what
Are
it
the
was.
bamboo, is the base of them near the source of water?
It's in the source of water in a crate down below.
If we were in theory to apply some light to have it grow, would the bamboo potentially partake of the water? Even lowering it a little bit? Then we just get to have to cut it down every time?
That's a good question. I don't think it would do it enough
That's
to
good
lower.
water.
The capillary action wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, but
to drain
to
that
drink
area.
enough
No, not even
water
close.
is the
Yeah.
problem. Because you did the stone test and we found it was deep.
Yeah.
I point the...
Any inch of water less is one that we don't have to swim.
Well, it doesn't matter how much water to swim in. None of you guys can swim. Can we do
Well,
a
based on the
sunset
size of based on the size of the chest, it can't be more than 1.5 feet deep. But 1.5 feet is deeper than the water you saw yesterday.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, so it's still walkable, but it's just going to slow our movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Weren't we afraid of the thing that was in the water?
We're afraid of the thing.
Yeah, there was something in the water moving yesterday.
we
That
were-
was shallower. This is deeper, so you wouldn't necessarily see something moving in this water.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing cap gun. I take out the cap gun again.
All right,
Everybody back up! Everybody back up. Are you going to stand next to the cap again? Nope.
What?
She says your idea about using water was a good call, even though if it didn't work, that was a good thought to try to lower the level of the water.
And hey, it just means that we get a shit ton of bamboo at the end, and we can use that to make rafts or anything else we need. Who wants a bamboo quarterstaff? Whack! You
Never thought about that.
You want a 15-foot pole? You can use it as a.
If any of you want to take long boat rides, I can push our boat.
Exactly.
Well, I was trying to think of the
Yeah.
Olympic sport where they
Pole vaulting?
The pole vault. I couldn't remember the name. You want to be a monk who pole vault dances?
Pole vault
Pole
dances.
vault dancing monk.
Yeah, you know, you just keep jumping around using it as basically stilts. Hey, the best solutions are the ones that are the silliest.
All right. So you're starting to let somebody down on the rope then? Oh, use pop gun.
He's popping.
Aim the pop gun down, roll your d20.
A D20? I thought it was a D6 last time.
You gotta shoot it first.
No, but I thought you said it was just a 1 through 6 was how I did. That's how I did the other 2 times.
Roll the d20.
Oh man, it's changing. The rules have changed.
They evolve the
18
more
and
you
then-
shoot it.
So 21.
Okay, now roll a d6.
6.
Okay. There is a concussive blast that splashes water in all directions. You get to make a dex save. Some of the water even comes back at you.
Okay. That's 3.
9?
12. 12.
Okay. You get basically a face full of water, brackish, kind of slimy, greenish colored water. It doesn't really drip off of you. It doesn't run off of you, but kind of like drips and leaves like green.
Algae.
Yeah, like it's filled with algae. There was, however, a secondary blasting effect when you hit the ground inside there, and all of a sudden there's no water because there's now another hole.
Nice. I caused a drain, guys.
Boosh! And the hole, basically the bottom falls out underneath the.
You penetrated to the
You
next
basically
deck.
penetrated down into the depths even further.
Stop blowing holes in my ship.
So is it like
the
a
rum- well,
entire
it's-
full floor is gone, or just
No, just a chunk in the middle, but you can hear the rocks and pieces falling from it into the depths below, and they hit with a much heavier splash,
Okay.
indicating that they're falling into even deeper water, deeper below.
Okay. Well, at least we can stand on something, guys.
The water is now draining off of this floor, but also there are stuff floating out of some of the cages. Some skeletal remains, bones.
Those poor animals.
But out of one cage in particular, you see something kind of fall out, like the rest are being drawn out by the current or whatever. This piece drifts out, very serpentine-like, and then pulls itself back into the cage.
Somebody give us a dancing light on that thing.
Yeah, I can move the light.
Well, he lowers the light, but the problem is that the top of the cage occludes it, so you can't see what the light is.
What's in there.
What the light is illuminating. But as the light gets down
Can
lower,
I cast fairy fire on the cage?
the cage is now lit up purple, and you hear a hissing, slithering sound coming from inside the box.
So,
But it's not a single voice. It's like
Would I recognize this voice? My character specifically. Because you said it sounds like multiple voices? Or
Oh yeah, I forgot he's a creepy
Yes.
demon. Totally
no.
forgot about
You
that.
speak tongues, right?
he speaks a particular.
I speak a particular one, so if it was that, I could recognize it, but it's not.
I grab
that's not
another
good.
pebble and I throw it at the cage, see if anything
How
happens.
close are we to the cage?
It's a ways down, he said. It was below. It was in the water originally.
In Elven, we come in peace.
Tommy goes, I'm afraid of the light. I'm afraid of the light. Get the light away from me. It hurts.
Oh, good. They're staying.
The sadist tiara! What the hell?
She doesn't like them.
She's hanging out with Lucius too much, guys.
I think there's some trees that need burning over there.
There's some trees over there, Tiara, that don't look, they look suspicious. I'm gonna say that Tay has the same like tattoos I do, and I have a tattoo on of a tree. I cover it up when I'm around Tiara, just so she doesn't.
Oh, wait, was that before your life was
Yes, yes, Tommy understands it. She was actually ahead of me. She actually had put that before I said what I said.
Oh, wow.
So, well done. Yeah. So it's hissing and it doesn't like the light.
Let's move the light away, Tiara. Let's.
Can't. The fairy fire's on the box. Unless she negates the spell, it'll stay on the box until the duration wears off.
Yep.
We all have a.
Creatures of the darkness.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go down there, and I'd rather go
Ouch.
down there with something that's not pissed off.
Yeah. He goes. Ouch. You don't know it, but his people are from the Everdark.
Well, to her,
I know.
darkness is
We're not.
the creatures of darkness.
We're
aren't
not
we?
lightest in this world.
Pretty lightest.
What?
We live on a color spectrum, okay? We can't let
Well, no, not down there. If you're
What?
going under night vision.
Screw you.
a color spectrum.
In real life, I'm colorblind.
Are you really?
Yes.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, and
I can't relate.
exactly. Well, not only that, when you're in the Everdark, if you're operating with dark vision, it's all black and white anyway.
Until its cage is broken and until we know it, what it is or is not capable of, surrounding it
Right?
with light.
It apparently is still in its cage.
Yeah, but it's sentient. It's in a cage.
No, it's not. Remember, Tommy understands them
understands.
even if they're not sentient.
So Tommy has an understanding that you're hurt. So I'm just going to challenge Tiara based on everything she's told us in the past. We don't know what this thing is. You were like singing the trees when we got here.
Yes, the elven trees are sanctum.
And this thing is apparently conferring to Tommy that your light is hurting it, and we don't know what it is. So you're going to continue to hurt it. You remember that torture comment that you didn't like a couple weeks back? You're kind of torturing this thing again.
But why was it in a cage?
Why was anything down there in a
If
cage?
it was
Gosh,
beneficial,
good bamboo.
why is it
recipes?
Oh yeah, saute it with a little butter.
Sorry.
Look at you.
Especially those brand new shoots. They'll be.
Oh yeah,
Not only that, they were quick frozen, so they're going to be fresh.
exactly. That's why I cut some.
You take them into smaller chunks. You make yourself some iced tea with ice cubes.
No, it doesn't make ice. We've already talked about that. Free frost can't make it.
Would be nice.
I was saying with the.
How far down is it?
Oh, different was if anybody that can command. You can be trying to talk to the plant. Does anybody have that kind of skill?
I speak with animals, not with plants.
There's only one person at the
Speak
table
with
who has
plants,
the potential to
don't
do
you?
Well,
it.
what?
The command spell is actually typically on the paladin list,
Oh.
but you didn't take
Speak with
it, so you
animals?
didn't have it.
And try speaking to the thing.
Speak with animals. It's a druid.
Speak of plant is a druid, but at a higher level.
But yeah, higher level, I don't have that.
Well, we don't even know if it's a plant or a druid in the cage. Or
Yeah, we just know there's a thing in the cage and it has possible tentacles. Maybe it's a
Oh, it's a
snake.
snake.
Who knows?
Sounds like a snake.
Yeah. It does.
We heard a hiss. We know what snakes are.
But look, it survived down there.
It survived in water.
Survived in water, in darkness, alone, with no food source.
For
Who knows how long?
yeah.
But what we know, it's
Look
in.
at the record.
But it was in water, so theoretically it may have been able to draw nutrition from
And,
something alive in water.
and I
We
pulled
know there's
algae off
algae.
my face, so I'm like, okay, there's a
So
food
there is-
source. Yeah, it was just chunks of algae pulling. I think, there's nothing. What we know from the cage is still intact.
Yeah,
Maybe a little water damage, but it's still intact.
right. Matter of fact, you see that your assessment of how high it was is about right. It's about 1.5 feet further down.
Yeah, this thing is caged, and we're torturing it.
Pull off that dancing
Could we-
light.
Can I get closer to the
Yeah, you can lower yourself down into the hole.
Yeah, I tie myself
will-
with a rope and I lower myself.
She will
Yeah.
target the top of the cage and put the dancing lights up on top, so there'll be a
that's not
cone
that's
of
the broken
darkness.
cut.
Okay, so the outside-
That's,
okay.
Oh, there's bamboo on it. I forgot about that.
Well, no, remember the skeleton cover.
Yeah, the skeleton.
I'll just slide down the
So, well, I was just gonna say
You're
we'll
gonna
hold
slide.
the rope.
You're gonna climb down the bamboo.
Oh, I was gonna
Okay.
say we'll hold the rope instead of tying it to something. You can just
Okay.
go down that way.
Which way you want to go? You using the rope or you climbing down the bamboo?
Will we lose the rope at the end of all this? Or will we have an exit path?
No, you just said somebody's gonna hold it.
Okay.
Or tie it off.
Well, I'm not trusting the tying off is the problem.
Yeah, he's worried that we're going to end up like the guy who
Skeleton
got
on
stuck
the-
in it.
No, but tie it off on the huge stone grate. It's a grate. You can go in the hole and out the hole.
I'll just
and
give it to
tie off.
Kern. It's fine. I give it to Kern and I slide down. And as I slide down, I
As you're
say,
climbing down the rope, you see the bamboo curve,
Towards me.
like it's trying to get to you. It can't because it's also connected
High up.
up above, but it's leaning towards you. So
don't eat the bamboo! Stop eating the bamboo!
Why? What's up?
It's moving! I know about bamboo, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to move.
I start feeding him a little faster.
okay, you make it down. You land on the landing.
Can I tell Tiara to lift her dancing light so my dark vision's fully in use, so it's complete darkness down here?
Is that what you want?
Oh,
What race are you?
It was not.
half elf.
All right, you do have dark vision.
And he's the one who has the dancing lights. Oh no,
No, she
She does.
she does.
What do you guys think I should
and
do?
the fairy fire.
Okay, so the fairy fire is
Actually, they're both concentration.
they're both concentration. So the fairy fire actually knocks out the dancing lights. So when she moves the fairy fire, just being on top of the building, it's not emanating enough light to affect your area. It's just that the cage now is delved in darkness.
It's a heavy glitter glow that basically is a blanket, almost paint-like, as anything in it has to make a save to not get doused in it, and they can't get it off. But it is a glow.
Right, but
Not heavy.
But it's not. Is it to be low light? I thought it
I
was.
believe-
I think it doesn't interfere with drow. And that's the reason why they use the spell. Is it
Yeah,
doesn't affect
I believe
it.
you are right. I know it affects invisibility, but that's
Well, that's kind of the point, right? But I'm talking about at distance. It's not going to interfere with his low light vision.
dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Yeah. So it's just a glow. So the cage glows, but what's really good about that is that it makes the space under it even darker in by comparison because she moved it to be only on top of the cage.
Well, the nice thing is dark vision is dim light looks as if it's bright light, and darkness looks like it's dim light.
Ah, yeah, but it's
So
still.
it's brighter for you actually now.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just investigating. Just
So from here, looking into the cage, it literally looks like this. Because the glow would be on all sides of the cage. There is an orb-like central mass, and every once in a while, you'll see tentacle-like things flopping around the outside. Think Bob's head without anything else.
Okay.
Flop.
Can I try to talk to it? You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I just say the name. I say Amberquell to see what its reaction is to Amberquell. I just get a loud hiss to Amberquell.
Series of hisses.
It
The
recognizes.
sound is not coming from a mouth.
Nobody here speaks any type of other language
I
either.
have a question. So
Yeah.
you can't see whatever's in it fully?
I tried Ellen.
No, he can't. He can't see it, and you can't see it at all because you're upstairs.
Bobby,
There's a slab of metal.
So
Bob-
Slab of metal and 10 feet of space. So you'd have to come 20 feet of space. So you have to come down 20 feet to be on level to be able to see it, and it's inside of a cage on the wall.
okay, Bobby, can you tell us if it's saying
Bobby?
Bob?
Bob?
This isn't Bob.
No, I'm talking about Bobby.
You're talking
Tommy.
about Tommy.
Who's Bob?
Probably.
Tommy.
Foreboding. Foreboding.
Tommy, can you tell us what it's saying?
Tommy goes. My tummy's getting squeezy.
Getting upset?
No, you have to make your check now too, as well as anybody else who's still infected.
Is there a reason why we're bringing a child into dangerous territory?
We saved him.
to see.
No, I
He
don't
wants
make
to be
a
here, man.
He
constitution
followed us.
save.
Huh?
I don't make a constitution.
Okay, you say, Tommy, what are you
gonna
talking
take a
about?
shot
And all of a
first,
sudden,
like, just 'cause he wants
the
to be a police
nausea hits
officer.
you as well.
No, like we left him and he legit showed
Yes,
up
I
with
know. Me too.
exercised armor.
Lucius, however, is still holding his lunch. He's still.
Of course, he.
I call up to
Gosh.
You don't like my die?
Okay, Don, you know how I feel about countdowns.
Wasn't a countdown. No, and I didn't know you had a problem with countdowns.
I do have an issue with countdowns.
I call up to I call
You
up,
can use it, John. I'm just saying I have a personal thing, but I can't force it.
I
on
call
you.
up to Gesh and I say, hey, how, do I hear anything? What's going on up there?
We're asking,
did-
Tommy is feeling sick, so he
Can you
And
go
you're
down
hasn't
so I can do
drank,
divine
and
sense
I'm feeling sick.
on the thing?
Is the
he
cage within
can't-
60 feet
I'll
of
see
us?
if
Guys,
we can get him
three
to-
things going on at a time. Please wait for answers to each one. You were just making a statement. Make your statement.
I said, Tommy is not feeling well, but I'll see if I can get a translation of what he's heard. Tommy, I know you're
Okay,
not
so
feeling
stop.
well.
No, now I have to do
Okay.
each piece. That part was the statement. You could just say that part, which was just to answer your question.
Yeah,
right.
You were asking a question.
We were asking, is the cage within 60 feet?
Yes.
He would like to divine sense, is why I was
Yes. This is your second time for the day. You have 3. So at this point, we determined that. So, yes, you are picking up a. Let's see.
Fey, Fiend, Undead, or Celestial.
None of those. Monster Hunter would be picking up an apparition. Because Lucius's ability is to detect the
Is
type.
the area consecrated or desecrated? Because it also gets those.
None of those.
Neither? Okay.
Okay.
So this is not an unholy place or a holy place.
So,
It's a bamboo place.
I just look at Gesh. Says people are getting sicker.
Yeah, it appears to be.
I blew my constitution. Apparently he blew his.
Are
And
you
you can.
are you sick too?
No.
No.
No, he wasn't. He
here.
wasn't here to get infected.
You weren't here to get infected, and he didn't get
Straight
infected.
up lollygagging. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you did. You did.
As long as I have
Right.
yeah.
Tommy
No, so
right
your
now
share
is
is
our
just
only
gonna be
connection.
0.
Well, look, man,
To
I'm
this
on a
thing.
liquid
Well,
diet.
can I heal?
Bamboo's saying, light, give me light. But I don't think it means light. Because it bowed towards, and plants tend to go towards light sources.
Yeah.
He is the light!
So we have 2 things. Do you guys convey that to me? Because I'm not at your
The,
shop
the
to hear any of
bamboo
this
is
stuff.
saying
Yeah, I
Within
want
60
to.
feet.
it
I can
means
hear them,
light.
like,
You can hear, well, you'd hear their voices. You wouldn't necessarily. He's right to say I'm not necessarily hearing what they're saying specifically because they're talking to each other, not talking down the hole. So yeah, you hear people talking.
Well, what did Tommy say? You
That the
convey it.
bam-
No, you guys
Yeah,
just say
so-
conveyed
Somebody
it.
else
So-
say
Convey
it.
it.
Yeah,
Just say conveyed it so I can act like I have the knowledge.
yeah.
So I can act with knowledge.
That's not good.
So I was thinking, can I heal Tommy, then take a long rest, and then heal the other 2?
Yes.
Are you guys okay with it, or?
You want to
Yeah.
cure Tommy or you want to cure your party member?
Well, how bad? Which one's more worse off?
No, she's as sick as Tommy.
They're
They
both
are
about the
equally
same.
sick.
Okay,
And
I'll
Tommy
heal-
makes sense because he's the kid. So
Yeah, I'll heal Tommy.
just
And that-
being honest. It's easy. I can see
I
both
know.
of
I
them.
know.
After
Always
they
a
tell
logical
me,
choice.
Because I feel like she's more stronger because she's like, he's a kid.
Heal whoever you want to heal.
Yeah.
Besides which, he's the one that might be able to keep us informed of what the monsters that he can hear.
Oh, yeah,
are
you're
saying.
right. Because he could actually hear what they're thinking and stuff. Yeah, so.
And I have
Okay.
no skill.
And you said he reads enemies' minds or just anybody.
He understands
Tay.
the monsters.
Ask if it likes bamboo.
yeah, I was gonna say
So the
after they
bamboozle
convey
monster?
everything to me, I ask them
Yeah.
because they seem like just me. The one wants light, one wants dark.
Uh huh.
I want to see what happens when they interact.
Okay.
Can somebody cut a piece of bamboo and throw it to me?
I dropped the one I cut.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
The 5 pieces.
Yeah, and I,
Yeah. All of a sudden you get pelted with
one piece of bamboo.
You got like 5 pieces around you now.
6-1.
I deflect projectiles.
Nice.
Just
You
just
actually
down there,
deflect this
yeah,
one,
that's what
you
I'm
can
saying.
catch 'em.
I'm down there catching them like a, and I
You want to try? Go for it.
what?
The catch. That was one of your abilities.
So roll a d10.
D10. That's this one.
Okay, so 2 plus your level plus your dexterity.
2 plus 4 plus so 9.
Okay, so we would roll to hit for one thing and then roll for damage, but if these are only going to deal 1 damage, he catches them.
Yep. She just caught a hole. She's like, oh, and I can just see this. Some of those tink, 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 and they're all stacking up.
So
Because they're not throwing him at him to hurt him. They're just lobbing him down there. So
They're just lobbing it.
so
see a small pile of bamboo.
I don't throw like one as like viciously at
Okay, so are you going to walk around to the side of the hole where it is?
to stay out of its range. I want to stay.
What do you mean by that?
So I want to walk. I want to walk around the hole.
Could I chop like a 15-foot length of bamboo for him?
You could start looking at
Is it that big that you can chop that much from?
You'd have to.
Oh, yeah, the outside part.
Bamboo.
Oh, okay.
Even like a
No, I was just
10 feet
making
is
sure.
maybe
No,
gonna
I
be-
was just making sure you could reach it if it was growing 15 feet above the hole.
He's cutting below it.
I cut at my level. I'm talking about the ones up
He's
top,
like,
and I just start
it's like
feeding
he
it
gets
down.
You guys, he understands monsters. He never said he understood plants.
Yeah, I know. So I said it was like, so they're monsters.
You guys deal with that. I'm trying to figure out what we can do if we can move through this area
Anyway.
because I got to heal party members.
Did Bobby get healed?
Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy got
Tommy.
Tommy got healed.
Tommy,
I
Tommy's
don't have
feeling much
Bobby on the
better.
brain.
Tommy says, I wasn't feeling queasy about that. I was feeling queasy about the bamboo.
What do you mean, Tommy?
He just started cutting it off.
Cut a little faster.
So I move around the hole that I created.
Okay, so you're on the same side of the hole
Same
as the cage.
as the
with black
cage,
thing.
but I want to keep.
Hold on, Tay.
I want to keep like 15 feet of distance. Is that possible?
We're
Yes.
coming.
At the 15-foot mark, you were close enough to see coloration. This thing has is primarily a mottled brown, but it has stripes across the upper parts of its torso, of its tentacles, and the lower part of the face. The upper part of the globe portion has eyes on each side. Like, it looks like it has 4 faces. Then you realize, no, those are just painted marks. There are no apparent eyes on this thing at all.
It's like the butterfly wings. They'll sometimes
Right.
reminisce.
I want to test its range.
Mm-hmm.
So since I have so we're saying every party member threw me a stick, so I should have 6.
Different sizes of sticks.
Sticks.
Sure.
So I throw one. I throw them at intervals. So I do 10, 7.
Well, you're within 15 feet of it. If you're in the center there, you're only 15 feet from it.
Okay. No, but what I'm saying is I want to see how far its reaches and how it
He wants
reacts.
to know how far the tentacle can stretch.
So how far are you going to play out? The issue is the bamboo is in different lengths. So how close to the
Right.
15 feet do you want to get? Because you're already inside 15 feet radius.
So I throw,
And it's not affecting you. It's not trying to get to you.
So I throw one piece of bamboo. I just lob it within 10 feet of the monster, and that's how responsible I will bamboo.
Yeah, it actually recoils a bit from the approach. Now, you just hold it out there, or are you laying it down?
No, I toss it.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not going.
Toss
So
it
it
off the ground.
hisses for a little bit, and then it'll pull. The tentacles will reach out, touch it at first, and then wrap around. And when it wraps around it, it flattens out. The little tentacles actually widen, and you can see there seems to be some kind of like a bony structure inside of its gelatin-like form. And so this claw-like hand rolls it back towards itself. Once it gets it to the cage, then its body flows out in multiple places. And then after a little bit, it rolls back inside, and there's no bamboo left.
Dissolved it. We should leave this thing in the cage, guys. So, I don't think it can do anything to us. It's past, so it understands me. Clear.
No, it makes that sound, comes back to the cage wall, and starts to wrap around one of the iron rungs up and down that's holding it in place, like it did to the
Bamboo.
other.
So what was the water keeping it in here?
I don't
After
know.
after a few minutes, it recedes. Nothing happens to the cage.
Maybe that's how it eats. It's just eating the bamboo.
Okay, so the cage is keeping this thing inside.
Is the cage rusty at all?
Well, the bottom foot and a half might be, but that wouldn't affect the.
If it was underwater, it wouldn't show any rust, because it's only when it reoxidizes that you actually see rust.
Okay, so
Or just any buildup, I mean,
Yeah.
even if it's just a small sea life.
No, there's some kind of they're actually, it's actually the bottom actually good point. Getting this close, you can see that the lower rungs all the way around are shiny.
So it's been eating whatever grows on around it.
yeah. So it's eating the
Omnivorous.
algae. It just ate. So I convey that it ate the bamboo. It tried to, from what it showed me it's doing on the bamboo.
It's herbivorous.
Yeah. Oh, it's only an herbivore?
It's only eating plants.
Okay.
Algae is a plant.
Yeah.
Bamboo is a plant.
I want to do
trying to eat the iron, but it can't eat the iron.
I want to do a bait check like we did in the last place.
Okay.
Can you? I know you're rationing me, Kern, but can you throw me some meat?
Okay.
Not for me.
Here comes a 15.
Here's what you have pole.
Huh?
A big 15-foot long bamboo pole comes down to you, taps you on the shoulder. Take it.
Okay. Thank you. You want me to feed this? What do I do there?
Figure it out.
Can we say half a ration? Do we do rations? Can I
You
put
have
a piece-
You can take the hardtack out of your ration.
Yeah, I put a little piece of meat on it and I slip it over. I put it in front of the cage and I want to see how it reacts. To
Okay, you just drop a piece of meat then.
Dropped a piece of meat. in
Piece
front
of
the
jerky.
Dried meat.
Okay. After a little bit, like
You
before,
just poke it.
it'll slowly reach out with its tentacle, touch it, and recoil.
cage. Okay.
And when it recoils, forget the wolf howl. I hit the wrong
I was like,
button.
hell's no! Ah!
No, it sounds angry. It sounds more riled up than before.
Okay.
How dare you feed me meat?
And I just because I didn't know, I want to calm this
I'm a
thing down.
vegetarian.
I throw another 2 pieces of bamboo like into the cage area to feed it, knowing that it enjoys.
So when
that.
when the 2 pieces of bamboo get close to it, it doesn't hiss this time, but it actually reaches out and lines them up away from the cage. Pushes the one that's farthest away into a line formation, and then pushes the other one up behind it, and it pulls its tentacles back. No, just
just a straight line. I convey this. I'm conveying everything that's happening down here to
Yeah.
the group for
I think it
ideas.
It
Oh,
wouldn't-
once the 15-foot. Okay, I like. I'm like, thanks for the big. I'm like, Kern, appreciate it, but this thing kind of wants it. I'm gonna feed it to it. I just gave him the big pole.
so the 15 feet would be from it to you.
Yeah.
I'd use my movement. Can I take a 5-step foot back?
You sure can. Realize that 5 feet back will put you in the hole
In
and
the
falling
hole.
down.
Okay, got you.
So unless
I
you're
said
going to
can,
arrange
I said
to go around the hole and then reach across, you could do it.
You could go around the hole because the
Hey,
hole's like
before you
Yeah,
feed it to it, can you stick the 15-foot pole down the hole and see if you can touch bottom?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I'm afraid of stuff being grabby.
When the
Well,
moon hits
My
your
God.
I'm
eyes.
kind of understanding it, but
Why don't you let me put light on the
Some
end
more
of it?
ale.
Light on the end of the pole.
Yeah, if you stick the pole back up, I'll put light on the end of it.
Is that doable?
Sure.
Okay.
And now you're gonna piss off the thing in the cage.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Yeah,
so.
it'll hiss
Although you'll be able to actually see it for all of 5 seconds.
as it goes by. You see that it changes color to match the wall behind it.
So it is. So because I spoke with Bob, and that's how he reacted to like light changes in light when we first met. Can I infer that this is like kind of on track with whatever Bob was
It's probably what Bob originally inhabited.
started? Okay.
So you pass it with the bright light, and then you douse the bright light into the darkness. About 20 feet down below, you see the second layer of water, but here I use the water term loosely. The boulder. What's that?
Had a ping just now.
Oh,
Little post.
I had a little post.
On the chat thing.
Oh, yeah. She says that playing with the light reminds her of a cat she used to know. That was actually from Drifter.
I need to ask a question. Did he heal Tommy?
Yes.
Okay,
He's now used all of his heals for the
I'm
day.
just waiting for
I
my
understand.
rest
Once he's going, I want to
You
take a
have
rest
to take 8
now.
hours to take a long rest.
He knows.
for night.
Pulls up a blanket.
I'm out.
We're still
nowhere.
Yeah, we're still adventuring, so you can't go
Then
there.
he wants to ask
Got your Halloween
Tommy,
nightcap on.
but you're feeling better?
My onesie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kronk and
It
Emperor's New
was the
Groove. You got
bamboo
tiny
that
tent.
disturbed you?
Well, yeah, it moved towards him. That's creepy.
I agree with you, but what else did it say about the light need light?
Oh, that wasn't it.
Oh,
That was the voice from down below. About this time, as you're
maybe you don't put the light down.
too late. That was perfect timing.
Remember the grabby part, guys? The thing I was being afraid of grabby stuff? Jesus Christ.
Please more light.
So, as I said, you looked at the boulder pieces from the ceiling that fell into the water. You heard the splashing sound. They land on what looks like, for lack of a better term, a giant green diaper. There's this green floating mass, and the rocks don't sink any further in. But when the light comes down, if it wasn't for the boulders, this stuff would be. It reacts kind of like a marshmallow in the microwave.
Oh
It
god.
starts to just bubble forward towards the light.
I was like, Pop Gun strikes again. I take the fucking pole out super quick. I was like, geez, take the light out! Take the light out!
Does he just go so fast it shoots out?
Yeah, the light comes out. Boom, boom, boom.
Cancel the light! Cancel the light!
Well,
Okay, can I convey a theory to them?
Okay.
You can talk.
Okay, guys, it seems like whatever this thing is in the cave is a prisoner. It seems it only eats plants. I think that we're better off using a situation where we're navigating in the dark or with very little light. I feel terrible for this thing.
I agree.
This
I don't
thing
think
is imprisoned. This thing is only eating plants. I shot some meat over to it. I think it was just what I'm seeing, just purely because of my standpoint, is a beautiful animal. The way you're describing it is just something that has. I take the exact opposite.
It's a pitiable creature.
Yeah,
There's an otherness about it that makes it fascinating.
yeah, it's something that I feel like it's shiny. It's taking on all these hues. It's something that in my past life I would have sold for money to somebody.
And maybe
Empathy?
No, but that's the thing.
learning.
Like it's.
now that you mention it, make a history check.
Oh god, no.
What's his?
Intelligence.
Oh, okay, I got that. So. 8.
It's okay.
It's probably a good thing you don't remember.
So I
Oh, does this thing go between people's toes and start doing weird things?
No, it's not that. It's just that now that he's thinking about it, as his mind drifts across it, there's something about the name Amberquell that sounded familiar,
I
but you can't place it.
I slowly, I feed, and I don't risk the 15-foot. I feed the 15-foot pole to this being.
So you just scoot it towards it.
Yeah, I don't risk the space. I don't go to the other side. I just start handing it to
There
it.
you go, little
in
guy.
Okay, so as the 15-foot gets close to it, it reaches out like it did before. But this time, when it reaches out with the first tentacle, it actually grabs the second piece of wood with a different tentacle, and then reaches for the third piece of wood. And by this time, you realize that about 60% of the body mass is already out of the cage.
So it could have got out the
It
entire
could have got out any time it wanted. And now all of a sudden it's out and it's on the 10-foot pole.
I pet it.
And notice I said 10-foot pole.
Oh, it's eating. I know it recoils from meat. So I like do that weird thing that people do where they shush animals. Like, calm down. I say I come in, I'm your friend. I'm here to help.
You don't
He just starts walking with
And that's the sound it's made to everything, so it kind of means nothing to me at this point. It's just like the reaction it makes to everything.
It's like same thing.
We're here to set you free is what I say. We're here to set you free.
You could have been freed anytime I wanted
It could,
to.
no, but I mean, it was in fear, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently this thing had been scarred.
Bunch of people.
That's the sound from below.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Not to free you! Free this thing!
I want my light.
Can I, like, reach out a hand and see what the little jelly, the little...
It recoils from you.
It recoils from me.
Yeah,
It
it
is
will
repulsed by
actually.
meat.
But while it's on the stick, you can move it around because it's on the stick.
have a pet on a stick.
Right now, until the stick is no
Yeah,
more.
you have a pet gumwad.
What should I do, guys? This thing is like...
You want to see it? I can show it to you now.
I can't put it up to the light or it'll...
It was getting
Well,
close.
it's dark outside.
Yeah,
It's dark outside
dark
now.
now.
Put it up to to show them.
Tay, what has
As
happened
soon
to
as you
you?
get it within 5 feet, it leaps to the bamboo.
Oh, I thought I was gonna jump on someone's face.
The bamboo.
The bamboo just trying to get
Oh, cool. The demon bamboo.
Just the bamboo.
Demon bamboo. Moving bamboo. You guys didn't see it shift. It looked at me
And
funny.
when it got to the...
I can see my TRA's plans.
So bamboo grows like grass. It's a whole bunch of sticks all intertwined going
Yeah.
up. It actually vanishes between them. You can't see it anymore, so therefore it's protected from light as it's inside the core of the bamboo growth.
You're welcome for the meal.
Or the house, or whatever.
Whatever you're
It
using it
just happens.
as. But just remember, the bottom of that bamboo goes in deeper. Want to be careful. Oh no, it goes to a chest.
Great.
Great, yeah. So
It's a
guys,
chest.
Create me.
So
What's
you
going on
you
there?
guys hear him talking upward towards something.
oh yeah, by the way, guys, the thing that was in the cage is now in all that bamboo.
How did it get there?
I told you guys I was taking it out.
Ooh,
Or I wasn't taking it out. I was trying to feed it more. It could have got out. I explain everything that
Right.
happened.
just out of
I
here,
don't know
just
what bamboo.
for safety.
Hello?
You see the
take a
tops of
step
the
back.
bamboo shifting.
Hello? Hi there?
Tommy says it's satisfying.
It's an herbivore. It didn't even like when I tried to touch it. It's not going to hurt you.
That could just be
May
a
hurt you, plant
preference.
guy.
That could just be a preference. It might not like you.
That's why I'm taking a step back.
I threw meat. A bigger problem is when we sent that light down into the bottom hole, there seems to be a giant demon diaper howling at us. But luckily, the pop gun worked. And it has giant boulders covering it.
Does the bamboo hiss?
Oh no, okay. So when it did the foamy thing,
Started
it
to
filled in the
talk.
space over the top of.
So it's near me now.
Yeah, you can actually see
almost
the
flood.
top of the froth.
Jesus.
How are we gonna
This
set
is
it?
just a foot and a half, 2 feet down on
This
the
is
stone.
like...
How are we gonna set it on fire?
From up above. Shall we set it on fire?
Maybe you should sacred flame it!
Wait for... Oh, no, I'm in a stone room. I'm fine, right?
You're in a stone room, and this material fills up all the space in any room that it apparently is in.
Okay, I get around... Is it through the hole yet?
No.
I get around. I was like, hey...
Back to the rope?
Yeah, back to the rope.
Okay.
Climb up. And I'm like... I feel bad because our little friend is in the bamboo still. If we like threw oil back down there and sacred flamed it, we run the risk of burning this guy,
It
right?
didn't act naturally, right? Was it natural?
The bamboo?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, I'm not
what
worried about the
is.
bamboo. I'm saying there's a being now living in the bamboo.
But Tommy said the first thing was it was the bamboo and he didn't like it. It made him sick.
Yeah, what made him queasy was the fact that it leaned towards the light.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. He said he didn't. That was.
So my theory is whatever evil down there thrives in light. It's been quarantined off from it, and it heals or it grows as light is hitting it. And we've been sending light bombs down there for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
The creatures that were in.
Yeah.
Just cutting off some more bamboo.
Yeah, cut some more bamboo.
So I don't know it. We know flame hurts it, but is it like? Would the flame also help whatever this thing is? Or are we running the risk of actually?
That's a good question.
Like, does a fire actually hurt it, or does the fire hurt the offshoots of it?
Well, let's see what happens.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Somebody at the door.
No, I think someone was just.
Can we can you pull this entire batch of bamboo out for this little being thing? I kind of feel bad.
Man, just cut another branch.
Okay.
Okay, you got another 15-foot chunk.
Okay. Eglith,
Yo.
you're strong, right? Come here. Take this. Drive it into the soil right there.
And I drive into the soil.
Okay.
Okay? Once you get about 3 or 4, you've successfully planted bamboo.
Pretty much, yeah.
So,
Yeah, wait a few days for it to.
or if we were to have some sort of grand light source, perhaps a sacred light source.
There are ways to make bamboo grow faster. That's true.
Yes. Hint.
Do I have a...
TR, can you please sacred flame this patch of
she has
bamboo?
ability.
I'll try it. Go ahead. And,
So
Once
you just cast
I
sacred
know
flame
what you're getting about, create water, make it rain around the bamboo.
Good
Yeah.
point.
and I'll try sacred flame,
Okay.
which is a light.
You don't have to roll.
You don't have to roll. It has to roll, but you're rolling against a static location, so it doesn't get a save. So.
Boom.
Yay, another point. Some sort. Yay.
We're all
Since
becoming
it's fling
bottomless.
They wanted you to fling the creature away like a catapult.
That's me.
Throw it.
Like, I feel bad for you, free. You're free.
So yeah, does that...
Okay, so it's raining. She's hitting it with the beams of light. The plant starts to grow.
takes root. Yay. Alright. Now if you want to save your thing, we just have to lop off the top. Presumably it's in there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then it just transfers over to this new source that's going to keep growing.
Can we just say we do that, or do we have to roll for that?
Well, you have to climb back down to where you flung it because it's down below.
Oh, it's not near the top. Well, because
We don't know. It's in the
It
top.
was at less than 8 feet when you got ready to toss it, so it was only 8 feet up.
Okay. We're gonna have to. Actually, I got an idea. Since it's recoiling from light and fire, it'll climb up the bamboo to save itself once we start this fire. We have another place. Isn't that how that would work?
You get what?
Because it doesn't like light.
Right.
The fish thing.
Right.
If it's in the bamboo and it sees the light at the bottom that we're starting, the fire will
So
start.
theoretically,
It'll try to climb up and find another source.
yes.
So we don't have to do
The
anything.
cephalopod would try to climb out. Yes.
Okay. So we just do that.
Dancing lights or light cantrip or just set it on fire?
Gastropod. The gastropod.
Gastropod, yeah, that's the word.
Tiara, can you create a dancing light at the base of the
Sure,
bamboo,
I can ring the
then-
bamboo with it.
and then start moving it up slowly?
So when you put the light down that low, you see that the material is now frothed over the top and is starting
Oh,
to
that
spread
stuff
across
is
the
coming
floor.
up.
Oh.
But now we know.
But now we know.
And when she puts the light on it,
shoots
it
it.
accelerates its level.
No, she
Get
cancels
out of there,
the
little
light.
guy!
She cancels the light.
Okay.
Does the cephalopod move?
Damn.
You have no idea. It's inside.
The
Can't
gas.
see
The,
it.
the bamboo will do like this.
It'll wiggle. Okay. Can you throw some oil down there and try to hit the thing,
Actually,
or do you want to?
is this thing down there plant-like?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Druid.
The
The froth thing.
The demon froth.
He didn't get it yet. He hasn't. Oh, now he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to look down. He's gonna say, "I gotta have some light on it to see it, though."
Yeah, I know.
Because he doesn't have night dark. Or you're an elf. You're an elf.
No, human.
You're human. Yeah. No, yeah.
I'll throw up a dancing light to illuminate it, even if it is accelerating a little bit.
Okay. So when you look down into it, it's actually, from your standpoint, its consistency is becoming more fluid than froth, and somewhat gelatinous in nature.
That doesn't sound plant-like at all. That doesn't look plant-like at all to me. Unless it's a really weird form of algae.
Well, because if it is plant-like life, we do have something nearby that actually I guess, eats plant life.
Yeah. But
So you're gonna sick the thingy on the thingy. Okay.
Who knows? Maybe it's its favorite tree, and that's why they had to keep it in a different room.
Probably know that stuff's an energy source. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
For all we know, it's the captain of the ship.
That's true too.
We don't know anything.
Okay. About this time, the bamboo near the top of your sheaf, where you guys have been cutting from, is kind of brightly colored, like all different colors of the rainbow. The space in between. Like something's bound them all together near the top.
That's our boy right there, guys. That's our cephalopod guy. He was beautiful like that. He just kind of looked funny. But funny things can be beautiful too.
This is true.
Now that I'm free, I will rule the world.
You fell for my meat.
You fell for my weak animal trick.
And I tell him that this is like kind of the...
Olivia goes, "Are you sure that you know the trees need to be taken out?" To me, Tommy.
What are you talking
That's
about?
a good point.
Tommy's
Tommy.
just,
I was
if
thinking
you're
about
gonna
that
fling,
same
if you're going to fling
problem.
them at the trees, but are you talking about the trees, or are you talking about the yellow musk? What is it you're trying to sick it on?
We're gonna stick it on
can
stuff down there.
Can you check if this is the originator of the vines? We still haven't... We don't even know if that's the thing that the vines are coming from. That is the thing we got to
Did the vines go anywhere?
The vines went into the vines went into the ground, and you don't see them in that room with the cages. You were down there, you didn't see
Yeah.
the root anywhere. It probably went further down.
Is there a way to see
Could this
that?
thing be the... Hold on. I want to posit that the vines were... This thing was so deep underground that it wasn't getting any light sources. So the vine... This thing growing right now, and we've accelerated its growth. It was getting little pieces.
But I've never seen yellow musk in that form before. Have I?
Doesn't that? It does not. Like you said, this looks more like an animal than a plant. It looks more like a giant amoeba than anything else,
Yeah.
which is a parasitic.
Do you still have your fairy
life
fire
form.
up?
Yeah, no, she shut it off because she didn't want to feed it.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I shut down
I
all
don't want
my
us feeding
cantrips.
something we don't want to feed.
But you can hit it with Ray of Frost or Sacred Flame and see what happens. Oh,
Again, I check to
Sacred
see
Flame
if-
is light. I don't want to use light.
Is that?
So what are we going to do, guys? Because this thing's coming up. We also got a rainbow coming up through the plants here.
Bamboo.
And I'm partial to the bamboo rainbow thing. I don't think it's malevolent.
And by cutting the bamboo, we may have done this stupid thing a service.
What stupid thing of service?
The demon.
Well, we're not cutting the bamboo because it's still leading down to the bottom. Apparently, it's not stopping it
But
because...
by trimming off the top of it?
Well, the top of it wasn't there before. Remember, she grew it earlier.
Oh, that's true.
No, there was some above it beforehand.
Yeah, there was some, but not as much as it grew when I hit it.
But by trimming it back, we just create... When the sun comes out?
It doesn't have as much of the fuel source.
Right.
We got a night to figure this out, guys. What are we gonna-
Also, when the sun comes out, there's less covering the grate, which means there's more light getting into that.
Okay, well, why don't we put the grate back or cover the hatchway? And cover the hatchway over there, too, with, like, canvas.
Do we have canvas?
Yeah, well, sure, there must be shapes.
They're for the stuff back at your...
Gathered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the sails that were shredded and thrown when the ship was lost.
That's not going to help us stop the yellow musk, though.
or if we get thick branches and cover it with it. So it blocks
that
the
too.
light.
But we
Something shifts below. In other words, you hear like a knocking sound, like stone on stone.
Oh, okay. More like kind of.
Well, not two of them striking each other.
Like two
Clack,
rocks,
clack,
two rocks
clack.
bumping into each other.
Like the rocks that were holding it down have been shifted.
I look down again.
I can look down again. I have dark vision.
I'm really terrified that one of these days one of us is going to look
You
down.
have dark vision. You look.
You said it first. There we go.
That's much more ominous.
Who's there?
There's a popping sound, and then you hear what sounds like water running.
Out of the ship.
Hello?
It'd be underground, wouldn't it?
Wait, guys, there's probably somebody down there. I'm not.
The creature is now coiled near the top of. It's actually extricated itself out the top of the bamboo and is wavering. You notice that the entire stack of the bamboo
Sways.
has been compromised because he's been eating away at its center.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you guys fear about what would happen if the bamboo dies? It's about to be realized because it's been chewing away at the central core of the plant.
Just to nix that, I grab it and I toss it into the bamboo we've been growing.
It's at the top.
Well, you were cutting at you're cutting 15-foot lengths, so it's not clear up there. It's at the place where he's been cutting, so it'd be about head level, but it's almost completely out on top, and the coils of its tentacles are still holding on. So you're not going to be able to just pick it up and throw it. You realize you'd be going your strength against its strength as it holds on to the different plants. But more importantly, the sound that you heard down below with the water rushing or whatever subsides relatively quickly. So as you're starting to reach for that, something catches your eye down below, and that is the reflection of. Oh no, you wouldn't see reflection. There's no light. Never mind. So you reach for the thing.
Well, I was going to do something anyway before that started,
Okay.
which is probably stupid. Produce flame. Fire.
Can I?
Everything is able to be tested once.
Is me?
Yeah, it eats my face. I was wrong.
Is me holding this thing causing it pain? Or me
Well,
grabbing
you're
it?
reaching for it, right?
Yeah.
Let me go back to my sound.
Ow. It just looks out a little childlike
I wonder
ouch.
if I can keep it.
Put it in your bag.
I'm hoping it's not like we check to see if it's evil or bad. It's not neither, right?
It's neither.
No, it's
So-
not. Yeah.
It's-
So at first when he was saying that,
It's neutral. It's an animal.
I thought it might be like his minion.
That's the
that
sound it
we
makes when I reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
check. You want to be my pet?
I called him Sheldon.
If it's up near the top, can you slice off below it
Yeah.
and then go plant the over there?
I just wanted to keep this thing. It's cool.
I have a jar. Glass jar.
Do you really?
Yes.
Where'd you pull that from?
Supplies.
Yeah,
It,
I put some bamboo in.
it has a bit of a wax seal on the top, and inside there's a gold coin.
Oh,
No.
that
No, 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 no. Not the
So we
one
don't
that
have-
dances around weirdly.
It never danced.
I have a backpack. I have can I?
jar. No,
It shimmered. It had a strange
the symbols
look.
on it. The symbols on it don't stay static. Right? They move around.
Yeah.
I have a backpack.
I didn't think it was that big of a jar. I thought it was a little jar.
Can I?
A gallon jar,
A gallon jar. This thing is bigger than a gallon?
bigger than a gallon.
This is what I'm gonna do. I cut a
thing
piece.
with
I
gastropods is they
cut a
stretch.
couple pieces of bamboo. I put it in my backpack. I extend my backpack to it to see if it jumps in. With the bamboo in the bag.
Well, it's still tentacled around some of the bamboo where it is, so it has no interest in that. But you're hearing the creaking and cracking as the bamboo down below.
Jeez, I just
Under
grabbed
the
it.
weight.
I just grabbed the thing and I shoved it in that string.
I was going to say, this whole time, he did say he did produce flame and threw it in.
Okay, you did say produce
Yes.
flame and threw it
Yeah,
through
he
the fire.
did that
Through the
before
fire.
the backpack.
Okay, well, after the cracking sound?
After the cracking sound, I guess.
Okay, so you look down, and what you see is your flame, the ball of fire hit the center of a now repaired floor.
Is there still
And
the
and
stuff?
And the flame goes up. The cages are all still there. The rope that's dangling that you guys put is still down there. The bamboo is showing signs of splintering and cracking and crumbling. And while this is going on, you're reaching for it. The entire bamboo shaft starts to fall inward on itself, because what this thing's digestive process basically does is breaks up the cellulose that makes a bamboo strong,
Oh.
and so it just collapses in a.
But the floor is repaired?
Yeah, the floor's repaired.
Is there any
No sign
sign?
of no more sign of the froth.
It's a repair system.
Remember what she warned you about, the things below in the bigger ships. She flat out remembered that part, but forgot it when you actually encountered it. There are things below that are not understood that make sure the ship is maintains its coherency.
And the light has given it the ability to repair the ship.
No, the light was the warning to repair the ship.
Oh.
This ship was meant for darkness.
Okay, guys.
This
I convey that to
Wait a
them?
moment, Eldrin and
this
Darkness?
makes
Yes,
less
Elven and
sense.
darkness
Sure.
and sailor background.
Trelawney.
Lord.
I climbed the rope back down after seeing that.
Oh, is this chest still down there?
The chest is still, everything's still down.
Yeah, I climbed back down there.
The chest is on fire right now, but
It's on fire!
there's flame down on
That's
top of
awesome.
it.
It doesn't scatter. It's tiny little.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's,
Down there, like,
it's not going to light it. It's not going to ignite it. It's just that
I'm
the
down there.
fire's on top of the chuck.
I'm down there. And
The
I-
rope's there. Rope's still there,
Yeah,
so
I
you're just
climb-
going to climb back down
I
the
rappel
rope.
down, yeah.
Okay. Attempt to rope.
You're making
This
me
is
work.
your new skill. Go ahead and roll a dex save
Slide down the rope.
with advantage.
He attempts to Cirque du Soleil.
All right, Errol Flint.
So what's a dex save? So 19.
Yeah. So, you said repel, and that's not something you know how to
Oh,
do.
yeah.
But literally, it's one of the skills you would have learned in learning the
In the
rigging,
rigging.
the rigging skill. So you just grab the rope and just feed yourself down, and you're on the ground next to the chest.
Is my little guy down there? My little blob.
No, you were tempted to reach for it, and then you changed your mind. Right?
Because you said the shaft's
He
broke.
said that the
because you
bamboo
told me this.
Yeah, but you were attempting to reach for it at the time.
Yeah.
So did you grab him and throw him in the bamboo or not? I thought that's what you did.
Oh no, I was trying to throw him in my backpack where I put a couple pieces of bamboo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
before you could do the repel, because you have to do one or the other.
Yeah.
You're reaching for him. He recoils against your action. You're making an attack, so roll to hit. This is a grapple attempt.
Right.
Base 6. Maybe use
Okay.
your strength, so.
Yeah.
It's only slightly better. It's only an 8. So you kind of fumble around, and when it falls, it'll actually catch on the stone wall up above. So and on the grate, because the bamboo went through the grate. So it's hanging onto the grate. But it's on most of it is sitting on top, but some of its tentacles are into some of the 8-inch holes.
Okay. So yeah, I put the bag, since there's no more bamboo source, the only source of bamboo is in my bag.
Right.
With that, I lay the bag down in front of it and see if it crawls into my bag.
No, it senses other vegetation in the area that's living and not surrounded by meat, because the bag is made out of leather.
That's why I was hoping it would just stay in the bag.
Hell no! It's like, oh, that's horrible.
I'm just glad you added and not surrounded by meat, because I have vegetation on me. So I'm like,
Can you make
You're a living wafer cracker.
Can you make me like a grass shirt or something?
So anyway, it actually starts.
There's no way.
It starts crawling across. No, it starts crawling across the grate, headed for the other natural plant life.
So just meta, there's no way I can keep this thing.
It's not
Yeah,
that easy.
go get an iron cage and put it back inside, but you have to have
I don't
the.
want to cage this thing. I want to have like a little Pokemon on my shoulder, man.
Well, this thing is not. This is like another head. Remember, it's big. It's not.
I tell him, I was like, be free, have a good life. We got you out of there. Good luck, buddy. Eat some of those plant monsters.
We'll name it Wooly. Free Wooly.
It just would have come in handy for fighting plant zombies, is what I'm saying.
Okay, once it's off the grate, can you grab it and then put it on the root of the yellow musk plant? See what happens.
Sure, I don't care. Yeah. Do what you. Or do you want to do it? Or are you afraid it's going to eat you?
It might.
Okay, no. Based on the fact he told you it's an herbivore, you understand both plants and animals.
Yeah, it's true.
So you would know basically to put down free food for it in the direction you want it to go, and you can over time guide it towards that route.
That's exactly what I want to do then.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Cool.
Right, exactly.
Let me
You don't wrap the treasure don't wrap the candy in meat and say here.
Exactly. Yeah, let me see the bamboo pieces. Okay. I'm not even going to try and catch them like you did.
Thunk.
Yeah, you cut it off right at the knob.
So yeah, I lead it back towards the.
Okay.
And then
So
again-
is everybody going to wait for that, or are we?
I wanted to just observe.
Want to observe?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll go down. See if we can open up that chest.
Oh, you're going to go down? If you're going to go down, I'll go with you and make sure we're...
Well, I thought you were going to go and Eglith and come with me.
Okay, cool. You guys go.
So two of you climbing down. Okay.
Yeah,
And
we're
we can
over here.
hook another rope down in case we have to lift it up. Probably be the best thing.
Okay. So the three of you then are going to deal with the chest. The two of you are dealing with the plant.
Right.
Great. So the three of you that are dealing with the chest, once you got down, the cage, like I said, the chest has that one big monstrous lock on it. None of you have a key. Do you to?
I have
unlock
thieves'
it?
tools.
So you're gonna attempt to open it? Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to take some time, be
That's
careful
fair.
not to break anything.
Yep.
Okay. Thieves' tools. That's going to be a 10.
Yeah, it's a little tougher than that. You can still fiddle with it, but it didn't immediately unlatch by using the standard. You just do these two things and it pops open. Not so.
I'm going to take the minute to
Okay.
20.
So take the 20 whatever. Okay. So taking the 20, you will eventually get it open. In that meantime, you guys have now led it over to where it gets near the yellow musk.
Okay.
When it gets there, it stops. It like cold. And when it does, its tentacles spread out, and it's got 12 of them. So it spreads out like a 12-pointed flower, and the bulb seems to slowly get smaller.
It's like sucking the nutrients from the air.
No, it seems to be burrowing itself into the dirt.
Oh.
Your friend is burying itself.
Eventually, it looks like an inverted sack. So now its tentacles. Yeah, make a con save because it's really creepy.
Yeah.
You're with them in the hole, Kiara.
Yeah, you're not.
Are you?
I didn't go down in the hole.
Okay.
Okay, so she's
with
with
us.
us.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I
I thought she was with you guys. But
Yeah. It's whatever she wants. She can be.
I
She can be
don't
over
know
there.
which one. I can't have her in both places.
I know.
Yeah.
19.
She can be over there.
Not yet.
No,
22.
yeah.
Never.
So you made it 20. You got a what?
19.
19. Okay, both of you are well. If you're with them, you have to make your con save. Did you make it?
I'm not with them. I'm with him.
I'm with him.
We're the
yeah.
two of them.
It's three guys, right?
Went down.
The three of you.
No.
Squid.
Are you trying to deal with the chest, or are you dealing with the squid?
No, they went down to deal with the chest.
Okay,
So
so
you're
you're
with
us
the
with
squid.
Yeah.
So you're with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you roll a con save.
So the three of you are dealing with the squid. So you have to make a Constitution save.
Yes.
I did. I rolled a 17.
Okay, so everybody
Plus 2.
is somewhat disgusted as now there's basically a brilliantly colored leather hole in the ground.
I wonder what it's doing.
It's
think it's-
becoming the plant monster.
I think it's Can I do an investigation?
Tommy was left there. Unless he comes with us.
11.
I asked for a nature roll, but there's nothing natural about that.
Tommy's looking at it and goes, We are enough, for we are the many.
Uh-oh.
We are the Aratham. The Ascendancy.
Okay,
You
what
know
did
what
you
a thing about jellyfish is the
What I do, you let them over the plant.
cells that
Your
work-
idea.
You let it out of the thing.
Your idea.
You see, as you're looking, you see little buboes forming on the wall of the place that you dug out next to the root. These little buboes forming all around the outside. And at first there's just 3 or 4 of them, but within moments there's probably close to 24. And little versions of whatever it was start to attack the main root.
Oh.
There must, like I said, there will be hundreds and hundreds of whatever that was you let out.
Oh, God.
I mean, if it's only, I'm not really worried about
I'm worried about the elven trees.
You don't understand. This thing will eat everything. I think.
Every plant.
Every plant.
on an island that we think was a ship before it was a ship, before it was an island.
On the island? Where
You guys know
nobody goes.
what I'm saying is that it's cleaning the ship for us right now is what it's doing, because it's not going to eat the stone
Or us.
or us.
But it eats plant life.
Okay, you were really, Tiara?
Tony goes, that is, if it is an island and it isn't the end of a continent where we thought we were.
This is a peninsula.
That's a very good point, Tommy.
Yeah, because we haven't been north yet, have we?
No.
No, we have no idea. We've not surveyed the entire space.
You know, north where the...
He's gone north and south for half a day's travel in both directions, and there's no curvature.
Right.
And he didn't come back to his original.
Yeah, no,
place.
this is...
Nycos is
Oh, you
flat.
know what's going to stop it, though? When the sun comes up and scorches the crap out of it.
Except that you fed it into a root system.
Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't care. We got problems. We got other problems to deal with. Amen.
Welcome to Nycos.
He's going whatever, and in my head, it's like, you know, nuclear bombs going off, and
I know, from your standpoint, your world's already dead, so no big deal.
You're a druid. We don't care about your plants.
She goes looking for a sapling of one of these trees. Something that's small growth.
I will feed you one of the young.
Right?
There are lots of trees.
Okay, but I want sapling. Something small enough that I could put in a pot separate from with some soil.
Wait, you have a
Tiara,
pot?
you're dying, and you're worried about a tree.
Well, maybe in a bucket it would work.
do you have a bucket?
I'll find something. Maybe put it up here on the stone with a. I wonder if the real creature.
While Tiara is having her dichotomy about whether she loves or hates plants, I just go down the whole.
Okay, we'll deal with that one.
I thought she was going to feed the sapling to it, so it's just
We
here.
give
We
you-
sacrifice a young.
No, she wants to rescue one of these trees.
The rescuing of trees.
Remember, trees sing to her, so trees are good.
Except for the ones that don't sing; those are evil.
I'm confused.
You do what you gotta do.
This is
Okay, so for clarification, that's not how Eldrin trees work. Eldrin trees are all from a common root source. All of the trees that are singing are rooted in some fashion to this vessel. So you're not going to be able to find a separate growing Eldrin tree. You could theoretically carve a branch off of one of these, but there's no guarantee you can get it to root like you can bamboo.
Right.
Bamboo is far easier to plant than this stuff.
Okay.
granted, it just takes forever to initially get its root, but that's why we accelerated it.
All right. So while you're trying to find a way to rescue some of the tree, and there's no guarantee this thing's even going to attack the tree. Remember, this came from an Eldrin vessel, and it didn't eat through the hull long ago.
Right.
And it couldn't be held in its cage, so maybe it didn't even come from the ship itself. It may have lived in that cage as a convenient place to collect algae. We don't even know that it's not necessarily natural to the area. There's so many variables that you guys are making assumptions.
We're assuming this thing is like a parasite, whereas we know that this ship had to have been wood at one point. There's no way the stone ship was doing anything. It wasn't. Do we know stone ships can fly or float?
But this is
You're making assumptions.
Sir, maybe stone ships dig.
Maybe stone ships sail through the earth as easily as other ships sail through the air.
I just think that the bug thing.
Trelawney.
There was a vessel, a Trelawney stone vessel.
It
It emerged instead of submerged.
My-
Its sinking was
Big trail
rising.
in the front.
my goal in this whole thing was done because we introduced this parasite into a
Right.
volatile plant, and it's free. It looked like it was in pain and it was suffering down there.
Oh, I get why you did
And
it.
I'm gone. I'm deuces. I'm out. Goal check.
I'm a monk. I did for the greater
If
good
you
today.
want
Here's my
to
drink.
capture one, though,
Yeah,
there are plenty now for you to capture one.
and they don't.
They're this big.
Yeah, take one. Do we have? I have vials? Oh, I have potion vials and like drinking vials.
Okay.
Gonna get it drunk.
Just
He's gonna drink one of his flask drives, not one of his.
I just put it in a
There's
vial,
gonna be a
keep
little
it, and every day
problem
I'll
of
like, give it a
alcohol.
little
Just
shaving
swing
of.
it. Oh.
Okay. You have to make sure it's got a little bit of water and a little bit of
Little hair
shavings.
of the
Yeah,
beast.
so I put a little. I take a little piece of bamboo, I shave a little bit off, put it in there, put a little water in there, make sure it's not alcohol.
Who's a hungry
Little
boy?
guy in there.
Who's a hungry boy?
Does this thing need oxygen? Do I?
So now you don't know.
Yeah, so I just keep an eye on it, just to make sure I'm not killing it. It doesn't seem like it's struggling to get through the
Glass.
stopper.
The glass.
Yeah.
And me there.
Well, he's got to keep watching it to make sure it doesn't.
Yeah, so I'm just walking around and I go make my way.
Well, actually, you could almost make like a decanter, put a hole through a cork and stick the cork in there. So
Yeah,
it
so
I
should
should have a
use-
two-way valve. It's in my brewmaster's kit.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Sure.
I should have a two.
Except two-way valves usually.
Something that is malleable in shape could come back through it. So
Yeah, that's true.
depends on how big it is, because we already determined that it doesn't go much more than its body length in range. It doesn't jump.
Right.
For example.
Yeah.
So if it,
But she also said that it had a skeletal structure, so that means that it's
there's
limited
something
to a
creepy
side.
about it. Yes.
I'm just interested. I'm fascinated by this thing.
Okay. So he's got one.
I got one. What is it? And I've devised some sort of method of keeping it in this jar.
And if it's as intelligent as an octopus, it could just move the cork out of the way.
Oh, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Tommy goes. So now it's good. Before it was even going to eat the world, it was bad. So now it's good.
I wanted one to begin with, Tommy.
So because you wanted, it's good.
I never said it was
Yep.
equal.
To clarify, anytime a player thinks it is useful, it is good. When it is something that is not useful, it's almost automatically evil.
I see.
I'm.
And we divine sense the two, so.
Like
Well,
you just defined it as nothing that
it's
is
not-
typically
oh,
considered good
within
or evil.
those, yeah.
It's not a devil. It's not a demon. It's not an
The
angel.
name of the ship
it's
again
not
was Amber what?
Amberquell.
Could the
Wow.
hunter
Wow.
check it?
Well, we're
G-U-E-L-L?
downstairs trying to open that chest.
Yes. So now we're back to you guys in the chest. So you took 20. The chest. The lock finally pops open.
See, went off without a hitch. Only took 30 lockpicks.
Yes. Bent, twisted. No. Anyway, so you get the container
Lock
open.
off.
Inside, you see flasks.
Ooh, flasks.
I get a chill in my spine.
My
There must be
my sense.
300 flasks in here. Each of them stoppered with cloth sticking out and a bunch of different items inside. So it looks like there might be a part of a folded map, a couple of coins, it looks like maybe a letter, a feather, just generally a bunch of small trinkets.
Do we see as these things have emerged, just up top? Are we seeing like anything happen to the roots, like where we're following the roots? Are they like starting to decay as these things?
Well, as they come in contact with it, you see them doing the same thing with the splinters and subroots that you saw it doing with the bamboo. So they're actually trying to eat it en masse. And it's literally like that process you saw was the end of life cycle, that it is able
it killed itself to create its offspring, the bigger one.
Well, it created the hole in the ground to permeate its seeds into the soil, which...
It propagated itself.
Yes. And the soil here, remember I said it was very verdant because of all the different plant life that you've seen?
The mulch.
The soil itself is so rich with plant material, the detritus and stuff. These things, like you said, as far from a cleaning standpoint, these guys would make short order of a pile of leaves. I mean, they just would mulchify it.
It'd just be gone.
Are we seeing any?
So the only thing you would notice is the extreme aroma of petrichor, which you smelled before.
Peppercorn?
Petrichor.
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 The smell of dust right before a rainstorm.
The smell of grass after a rainstorm. It's the decay of plant life that occurs when the water hits the warm plant life. That's dead. Warm dead plant life. So it's that smell you get right after somebody mows a lawn, somebody after a rainstorm.
Yeah.
Those kind of things.
What'd you guys find down there?
Well, we're still finding.
You guys are still doing your thing.
So I was just give me a
I
couple.
thought I walked back.
I know, but you took time
I'm not,
to do that.
No, I'm not in the hole.
Yeah.
I'm still up top.
I know, but I'm just saying you're not back yet to ask that. That's all I'm just going to find. On top of it is a looks like an instruction signed by Belphilus Crawler, Quartermaster of the Windswept, to Ship of the Fleet Amberquell. And it gives the instruction to attempt to reach the 12 cities of men before the storms. If that mission is unsuccessful, distribute these to the first 240 cities you come to. May the storms preserve us.
So the instructions is distribute the contents of the chest to the first 240 cities they come to. If they can't.
If they didn't make it to the cities. If they didn't make it to the cities, the 12 cities of men.
Before the storms.
Right.
I'm gonna look at one of the flasks. Could I? Is there like a liquid or anything inside? Are they metal?
No,
And
they're glass, and you can see through them. That's why I was giving you the items that are inside.
oh, so they okay.
It literally is, in case of emergency, break the glass.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, I thought you were saying like we found 300 flasks, a folded map, 2 coins.
no. Each
Has,
each one of them has a tiny portion of a map, a few coins, a spyglass.
a spyglass.
Yeah.
Because you didn't mention the spyglass.
It's just a bunch of different things. Well, each one of them slightly different, so they're not all identical.
Mm-hmm.
Each one of them has a few items. It's actually 12 items.
I accept this one on behalf of Selk. I pass one to you. You accept as your homeland.
All right.
So we'll break the glass in a little bit here.
So now, as you're starting to go through, and because you had to count all of them out and see how many there were and all of that. So as you're doing that, now he can come up and say, "What'd you guys find?"
Are you? I just want to make sure they're all right. Though,
Yeah.
first. Is there anything? You guys are good. Nothing's attacking you.
Why is the first thing that comes to my mind is I should mess with him?
You should already know that I'm very skeptical of everything. I mean, we've already established that.
The light. We need it.
Hey, Kern.
Hi. Hey, what'd you say your hometown was?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Would I know?
No, but you remember the last place you were was the mountains of Dea.
Mountains of Dea.
Well, here you go. You accept this on behalf of them. Better catch.
Okay, you're throwing.
Throwing it? No, you don't throw it.
Well, you're pretty good at catching things, so I'll get thrown at you.
Deflect missile.
Okay, this is
Okay.
grab. You're actually grabbing the
Grab
missile.
it. So what am I? This is just Dex.
No, you just. So I
It's
would.
a D10. So how many items you can
D10.
catch?
No, it's just one flask,
Oh,
and you said it's all in the flask.
yeah. So you just yeah. So you just no. If you're going for it, you catch it.
Oh, nice catch.
That's the advantage of your race and your class.
Flask.
Okay, catch
So
it.
you have a flask filled with
Weird odd bits.
little folded map, couple coins, feather, letter, a spy, maybe
That's
a spy
all in the
glass.
one
Each one has all
That's
that?
a
Yeah.
flask.
Yeah, well, you're looking at it. And they're small items. They're like they're
Tiny.
yeah. So the piece of map you can't even decipher what the map is of. You can tell that it is a
Yeah,
map.
in case,
Because they just threw this to me, I don't know what it is. I open it.
Okay, you open the top.
I pop it open and I try to.
Well, as you open it, you feel a bit of air pressure from inside, and as a voice goes by, you hear, "Our deed is complete.
Okay.
what did you hear?
Our deed is complete.
Our deed is complete."
I'm like, did you guys hear that when you guys opened them?
We didn't open any.
What the heck? Why didn't you mention that before you threw it my way?
We thought that you'd be more skeptical.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
It said our deed is done.
And it's
Ours is?
4:45, and I have to leave, so this is gonna be a great place to
I opened.
May I stop or did the inside get bigger by any chance? Just
I'm not gonna tell you. He just opens it. He opens it out.
So it was a glass. Sorry, one second.
Well, I've got
Last
He's
five.
got the list, and we'll deal with that more next week. Thank you all for playing. This has been a great game. I hope to see you guys again next time. Thank you to our fans and our participants for being involved.
We
Thank
couldn't
you,
do this
Olivia.
without
Thank
you.
you for thank you to Drifter and anybody else who was here that didn't call out.
This is
We're so
yours?
glad to have you with us, and we hope to see you again next time.
Is this yours too?
Everybody say
bye-bye.
Bye.
See you next time.